Yo, what up, man? What's good? What to do? I had to play a little, you know what I'm saying, a little music before I came on. I describe, you know what I'm saying, me at the time being, man, you know what I'm saying? Man, it's my time, you know. People people want to see you fall, man. People don't want to see you do good, man. You see what I'm saying? All that fake, that family, friends stuff, a lot of that's fake, man. 80% of the people, maybe even more than that in your life is fake, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's not real. They're not for you. They don't want to see you do good. That's why they don't promote you. That's why they don't, you know what I'm saying? You talking about you got a podcast or something, man. You on some kind of social media or something, you got some kind of word, something you want them, in a way to support you, man. They ain't gonna do it, man. This is how it is, man. 80 shoot. I don't have no family members that watch my shit. Maybe every now and then my sister, that's it. My nephew used to watch. I don't know. I guess I don't know. But you know what I mean? People don't support, man. You know what I'm saying? People don't support you, man. Especially our people. And it's a shame, man. But we gotta get to some solutions, man, to the problem. So all right, so man, I didn't really want to do no video about this shit. I think this shit is corny, to be honest with you. I think it's corny because but the perception is not corny because the government really does that. The government really lies and deceives you and bullshits you. You see what I'm saying? So the perception is it's all about perception, right? But the whole thing, we all knew this was bull BS. I knew it was a stage psyop from the jump. When did the story come out like 5 years ago? Longer than that, right? A minute ago, a while ago. I knew this was, some BS from the start. See what I'm saying? I knew this was some BS from the start. From 21 Jump Street, I knew it was some fake ish. So see, it's funny because, and I knew Trump was full of it too when he first was talking about going at what's her name, Hillary Clinton. I knew he wasn't a prosecutor. I knew he wasn't going to go after her. He gave her $100,000 for her campaign. Why? And he said on record numerous times that he was her friend. Whether that's friends in their society, you know what I'm saying, is the same as ours, but you all know, you know what I'm saying, whatever. Somebody said that they're your friend. They ain't gonna send you to jail. But see, we don't think like that. We get excited, we get fascinated. I don't know, we get mesmerized and feel some kind of weird way when these white men. It's weird when they, you know what I'm saying, when they be on, they call themselves running the shots, or they call themselves giving, you know what I'm saying, basically, a direction or authority. You know what I'm saying? These people ain't these people. These people, man. You got to really think and look outside the box. You see what I'm saying? Don't trust these people. These people aren't to be trusted. This is the government we talking about here. It's funny, but see, they got us our minds so messed up that we don't trust our loved one or somebody we knew for years or somebody that we mess with, but we trust the government though. Damn, how crazy is that? Dog Boss, what up, man? But even Dog Boss, we've been saying this stuff is staged, man. It's fake. That Epstein thing, I already knew from the jump when I first heard the story. A lot of things didn't sound right, and they talk about pedo ring, this and that. Look, these people are not gonna give up no pedo rings. These Europeans are not gonna. They're not gonna give anything like that up. They're not gonna whistleblow on something like that. You see what I'm saying? Now, every now and then in the news, you might see like some Asian brothels or some Asian massage parlors or some people going down for you know what I'm saying, for the whorehouses and stuff like that. But other than that, you're not gonna see people. You ain't gonna see that whole child pornography. You're not gonna see none of that taken down. So let's just be honest, man. We're not gonna that's weird. How we act like that. All right, so let me see. Let me see, man. All right, man. So I'm gonna play this, man. This stuff don't. I guess it makes sense in the content era. You see what makes sense, right? All right, let me see. Yeah, man. So see, Pam Bondi got ties, right? Pam Bondi has ties to her second husband was a lawyer, man. You see what I'm saying? With one was Pfizer and another one was with who was her other husband? Her other husband was with I forget. It was Pfizer and there was another company. But he was buddy with Epstein and he was on the files. Pam Bondi's ex-husband was on the file. So I already told you this lady was weird because she's down with Geo Group. Geo Group is a company that invests in private prisons. I already told y'all that, right? You see what I'm saying? You know, she got ties to the private prisons. But see, how is that not a conflict of interest though? How are you the attorney general and you well, my bad, that's my damn video. Sorry about that. How are you the attorney general and you got ties to private prisons? How is that fair? So how do we not know that this is an agenda to lock certain people up, right? And a certain amount of people up so she can make money and her buddies can make money. You see what I'm saying? See, we don't. It's funny how I just don't think we just give them too much credit, man. I know this is their system and their little bullshit establishment they got going on, but we give these motherfuckers too much credit. We shouldn't be listening to none of these motherfuckers talking points to like now. If I'm listening to a motherfucker about talking about gematria or talking about some specific shit investing or something, that's different. But when it comes down to social issues or any kind of politics, we should not be listening to any of these Europeans. None of them, because none of them know what they're talking about. Some of them are going to keep it real if you're going to get to the independent. But if either side, a Republican European or a Republican or a Democrat European is both going to be on the same, and even the blacks do the same thing. So-called black Democrat and Republicans do the same thing. But they're not honest. They're not going to ever admit, the atrocity that they done. They always want to admit. That's why they put you on the face of the news and the face of crime. So put you on it to make it seem like because people are so stupid. Most people don't live around black people. Don't have to live around black people. So you know what I'm saying? They have that stereotype and that stereotypical mindset, and have a preconceived notion about you already. Because that weird, because that's all they have kind of ammo they got towards you, which is stereotypes. They don't got no real ammo, no real solid, you know what I'm saying? Tangible, things that they can really, stick in. They don't. It's all stereotypes, you know what I'm saying? They don't have to live around us. They don't have to work around you, with you, none of that shit. So, you know what I mean? They don't know no black people. They don't care. They don't have no so-called black friends or family. They don't give a fuck. So, I mean, I just don't. There's not. If I can't relate to you, I just gotta. We gotta cut a lot of what's the name. Yeah, there's so much that. You know what I'm saying? There's so much, that's just like if you're on a date, you see the red flags, you see that so much that you don't have in common. She see, it's just like, okay. You know what I'm saying? Points taken. You know what I mean? You don't have, what do we have to talk about? Man, that shit is all bullshit. They don't give a damn about nothing about Martin Luther King because they killed the motherfucker. That's how I look at it. Epstein is not dead. Epstein, if he is really dead, they said he killed himself, supposedly. You know what I'm saying? So it's different. They didn't, motherfuckers assassinated him like King, supposedly. So that's different. The government killed him. Why the fuck? They don't give a fuck about it. Then they see if the government got something to do with killing him, why the fuck would they? What are they gonna whistleblow? That's how you know the government's full of shit because they never make anything. They don't never make anything against term limits. That's how you know these motherfuckers are phonies, liars, frauds, embezzlers, swindlers. You know what I'm saying? Any kind of you know what I'm saying? They're not to be trusted. In certain cases, look how they do the regular white motherfucker, man. Look at how they do the regular European and shit. Certain regular European. Because let's just be real. They probably lead the pack in inheritance, in wills and deeds and shit like that. People, for them, you know, to be left with something or handed down something from their family. So that's how I look at it. Let's go. Yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? So let's look into this bullshit. And they got the perfect president in here because he's a populist. He's not a Republican or a Democrat if you really think about it. He's a populist. He could do clown shit and do all this and say all this stupid ass shit and do all this stupid ass shit. People are gonna love him. That's what populists do. That's how it is with the populist. People subconsciously know he's a populist. That's why he's popular. Doesn't that make sense? Let's go. Oh man, I bet you the shit was super loud. But see. But see, I don't know, man. I mean, I took some like a psychology class in college. I didn't really do that good in that motherfucker. But you know what I mean? It's like it's just some psyop shit. You know what I mean? Some more political theater. You know. And then and of course, on a psychological level, I'm gonna deflect from this shit that you just said. Let me deflect real quick. He asked her the question, but he interject. So let me deflect real quick, and let me get on you. You see what I'm saying? For being empathetic and unsympathetic and empathetic to the victim, blood. Oh, you can be talking about this and all this. It's like they got the perfect crybaby, man. They got the perfect person to, you know, he from New York, you know, he from Queens. He got the, you know what I'm saying, fuck, I don't give a fuck kind of attitude. You know what I'm saying? Like, you feel me? I mean, I mean, they say he from Jamaica. I don't know. They say he from by Jamaica. I don't know, man. That dude, I don't know. You know what I'm saying? We are from the same borough, but I mean, I look at all of them crazy. You know, Joe Biden had a big ass cover up under his administration when he was in office and shit. You know, there was a lot of black people getting killed and shit, found dead in what's that, Delaware. You know, nobody want to talk about that. All these motherfuckers ain't shit, man. All of it, it's just they're there. There's somebody controlling the show behind the scenes that we don't know about on some Wizard of Oz shit. You know what I'm saying? So the thing is, I just can't trust none of them. I can't be like telling like or pushing. You know what I mean? Like any of y'all. You see what I'm saying? Or like any of that, because you know y'all grown and there's two. It's just like that. I'm an independent thinker. You see what I'm saying? I see most people that come here on here independent thinkers too. You see what I'm saying? But I mean, my bad. I wasn't even sharing the damn screen. But this dude deflects. They got the perfect person in there. Last one, you know, they had Joe Biden in there, and he had sympathy and perfect. Because and we all knew from 21 Jump Street too. He kind of set the pen and play, just like, oh, Trump is so real. He be saying shit, and he be okay. Joe Biden was real as fuck because guess what? He said that we had to work with the Mexicans. He was real. That's some real shit. Because guess what? He flooded this motherfucker full of with motherfucking immigrants, and not all these immigrants are Mexican. Oh, my bad. He said Hispanics. He basically told you what he was gonna do. He basically told us low key that he was gonna flood this motherfucker with a bunch of illegals, man. He told us, man.
This guy, this creep, that is
told you
unbelievable. Do you want to waste the time and do you feel like answering?
You know
I don't mind
funny, right? Trump get funny, he talk that shit and he make motherfuckers laugh at it. See, he's an entertainer, bro. Wasn't he on WWF? See, there's no emotions right now, you know what I'm saying, when it comes down to me and shit, just for various other reasons too. But what is it to feel? What is it to think about this shit? Are we going to see some extra money in our? Are we going to see some stimulus checks come? No, right? But see, that's another thing. You know, if he wanted to, he could have threw a certain amount in stimulus in this bill, right? Because that's basically when you stimulate and you stimulus, it goes under some bill. Congress and everything has to have approval of that. Same with this book, this bill. Why didn't he say, okay, let's fucking give, you know what I'm saying, every American fucking $3,000. Fuck it, let's do that. See, he didn't do that, right? Oh, no tax on tips. What do you mean no tax on tips? Motherfuckers. And he said to work for 24,000. See, they ain't see, they think they slick. 24,000, that's probably the cap before to where you would have to report that as extra fucking what's the name, or that'll probably put you in another tax bracket. Obviously, if I'm making 20 some in tips, that would actually put me in another tax bracket any fucking way, right? And two, are these motherfuckers no tax on tips? These tip earners, are they what is their healthcare looking like? See, we don't fucking ask these questions. You're gonna cut healthcare and cut, these programs, but then you think you're giving a break to a motherfucker, a tip maker. Bro, what is his healthcare looking like? See, we don't ask these fucking questions. We get excited and shit when these white motherfuckers, when these Europeans, when they put out shit and then, oh yeah, the government, we gotta do a kick, we gotta kick with our, what's it? How how motherfucker kick his heels up? Like it's some kind of win or something. You know what I'm saying? Like there's some kind of symbolical win or something. Like, bro, he could have issued a stimulus check. Motherfuckers are not doing good right now. And see, this is how they fuck you, because you got a double, it's a double, quadruple tax, plus the tariffs, right? Plus shit was already high since COVID. That's why they gave all types of people all that goddamn money, because you low-key paying it back. This is all a scam. It's been a scam. When he was in, it's funny because he was in office, then Joe Biden, and then he's in office again. Isn't it the same shit? Oh, my bad. He cut more. Joe Biden cut and Obama cut a good amount, but this dude is cutting more than both these motherfuckers, bro. How's that? That's not a good look. At a time like this, you shouldn't be cutting shit. As a matter of fact, you should be providing motherfuckers with more fucking. Oh, they're lazy, this and that. You got to work, bro. What the fuck is? And then he raises the retirement to 2 more years, bro. Like, I don't know, man. I'm sorry. I can't. No, nah, bro. I made so many shows about Joe Biden, going in on Joe Biden. He was going in on Joe Biden damn near every damn. Look at the library, the history list, my playlist on my videos, man. We was going in on Joe Biden, man. There was no mercy on Joe Biden. Now I'm sorry, I can't soft sugarfoot and bullshit with this dude either, man. Because if Cass is doing wrong, you got to call it out. You know what I'm saying? It's like, oh, no tax on tips. That, like, why did you could have put that? Could have been something separate, bro. Like, and then the golden dome. What the fuck is that, bro? Like, see, they know people do not think for themselves. They know we have a group think kind of mentality. What the fuck do we need to go? And see, this is how you know it's bullshit. Dawson broke this down the other day. Why would we need a golden dome? I think, okay, the military budget's already something billion. No, it's like 50-something billion, like a new one. But on top of that, remember him and Hex just did now it was $1 trillion. Why you got $1 trillion plus dollar you know what I'm saying? Worth of funding. And you want to build a gold dome, and that's 50-something. No, my bad. I think that's the 50-something billion. That gold dome. That's gonna cost. Bro, you could have put that in Americans' pockets, man. Well, I don't know, man. I just don't know. I don't know why people still jump for joy and ahs and oohs. All I gotta tell you like this. If you see motherfuckers still praising this dude and still talking about Trump going to do this, and Trump is the same, if you still see people doing that, you gotta look at them sideways, bro. You gotta know something's not right. If you don't see people looking at this shit from an independent mindset, like, wait, this is bullshit. And you don't see how I can correlate, like I just did, from fucking Joe Biden onto this dude. Build Back Better. That wasn't no stimulus. That was for infrastructure, right? Even though it didn't go through, but that's still, where was the money for the people? These people print all this money out. Y'all realize when they make these bills, that's printing money out into the economy. My bad. It is so-called semi into the, no, it's not kind of into the economy if you think about it. I guess Well, it is kind of with the no tax tips and that type of bullshit and the Golden Dome, but it's just like it's kind of not even really into the economy like that. Oh, we're gonna give this this much of a tax break. We're gonna and then motherfucker get like you know what I'm saying with that year like 5,000 more. Like, bro, fuck that, bro. That's some bullshit. Give motherfucking stimulus checks, lower shit. Give motherfucking stimulus checks and lower fucking costs, bro. Bring the infrastructure back to fucking America. Make help and ease the job market because the job market is shit right now. Instead, motherfuckers is doing it for self, bro. Like, and see, when I talk this type of stuff, people don't like it. I don't give a fuck if people don't like this shit. To be honest with you, how you not like the truth? See, that lets you know our people do not want to do for self. Our people don't want to say, fuck it, let's do this shit our own. Let's start our own party. Because we still putting praise and putting hope in all this shit into fucking Donald Trump, bro. Why? Oh, this is only his 6 months old. He hasn't even been in there for a year. That shit don't matter. Look how it's looking now. I don't give a fuck if this motherfucker gave us reparations. This is still this motherfucker. From what it's looking, it's not looking good. And you giving the 1% tax breaks, like these motherfuckers always do keep doing that. And this dude's been doing this shit since the first time he got in office. The Democrats do the same shit. It's like, when are we going to realize it's the same shit? It's just a different party, and it's a different values that this motherfucker core beliefs or whatever the fuck that this person values, and it's the different core beliefs that this person values. It's the same BS. And guess what? A lot of times, black people don't value none of that shit. How about that? And a lot of the times, we can't relate to none of that. It's like, I don't know, man. But we, you know what I'm saying? We get people, you want to see people want to argue down about Trump being racist and all this shit. Other black people want to argue with other black people. That shit don't make no sense to me, bro. And even if somebody thought, you know what I'm saying, that Trump was racist, they have that every right, bro. Look at that. You make it seem like motherfucker just pulled it out their ass, like out of nowhere one day. Like anytime you try to roll back anything that has to do with diversity in workplaces, in civil rights in workplaces, we got a problem. Oh, you ain't racist, this and that, bro. That's dangerous. Motherfucker like me, whoever the fuck, that's going to be that much harder for us to find a job. Don't you fucking get it? And it's going to be that much harder for you to sue for discrimination. Don't you get it? But we don't think, though. We get in our emotions and feelings. Oh, just because it's not a Democrat.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this where we're having some of the greatest.
But I heard he can't. He said he's not going to fuck with it with the Texas shit. Let's play that after this. Where's the aid? But see, that's what they mess up the weather, man. That's weather manipulation, modification. That's something different.
Success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration, but you go ahead.
Sure. First, to back up on that, in February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said, I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that. Also, to the tens of thousands of video, they turned out to be child porn downloaded by that disgusting Jeffrey Epstein. Child porn is what they were. Never going to be released, never going to see the light of day. To him being an agent, I have no knowledge about that. We can get back to you on that. And the minute missing from the video, we released the video showing definitively the video was not conclusive.
Are we buying this black so-called black people? Who's buying this? Shaq, what up, man? What's good with you, man? You know what I'm saying? Let me know if you want to, jump on, man. But who's buying it? Who's buying this shit? I ain't buying it. You know what I mean? I ain't buying it. I thought we kind of already heard that there was child porn on there. So why are we acting like there's some news? Oh, so this is child porn, so we're not talking about that. I thought there was different, bro. I thought there was files. I'm not talking about no tapes. I mean, I'm not talking about videos. I'm talking about files. We're talking about the Epstein files. not motherfucking tapes or whatever pictures, whatever the fuck we talk about, what she was talking about. These people just master, manipulators, man, master deceivers, man, master wordsmiths, man, double speaker, double talks, type motherfuckers, man. That's like how that bullshit ass weak psychology won't work on me, man. Oh, child porn, this and that. So that it can't be released. Oh, coincidentally, conveniently.
But the evidence prior to it was showing he committed suicide. And what was on that, there was a minute that was off the counter. And what we learned from Bureau of Prisons was every night,
Why are you looking like that? Look at Tron. He don't give a. If this was, say, that Jeffrey Epstein stuff, whatever the fuck, say, okay, fuck it, it's real, right? Why would you be looking at like, why would you have that energy like that? Like, making these faces and shit. Like, weren't those kids, didn't kids actually get violated? Or, I don't know, man. These people, man. People give these motherfuckers way too much credit. In my book.
They redo that video. It's old, from like 1999. So every night the video is reset, and every night should have the same minute missing. So we're looking.
What happened to? I'm talking about. Look. I'm talking about files. I'm not talking about no videos, bro. Who the fuck? What's the names? See, that's why I don't do it. I don't do it. I don't. All these people do is lie, and that's all they will continue to do is lie to us. Right? And now they like Trump and his base. Oh, his base is mad. His base. You know what I'm saying? These motherfuckers is fake as fuck. Now all of a sudden, y'all so worried about the Epstein. Y'all worried about pedophiles and all that.
US Attorney General Pam Bondi getting harshly criticized in what is known as the MAGA world after the Justice Department released a memo saying that the accused sex trafficker died by suicide in jail while awaiting trial, and that there is no so-called client list of notable figures.
Then, okay, so the person that made the story up, should they go to jail? What should happen to this person? Should they get sued? Who made this? Who made that up? Where do we get the story from then? Should the person that made that up go to jail? Should they get sued? What's going on? Should we? Damn, man. Like, it's just but see, I get it. This is the propaganda. Makes sense.
Involved with Epstein that have fueled right-wing conspiracy theories. Here's how both President Trump and Bondi answered a question about the DOJ memo during Tuesday's cabinet meeting. Have a listen.
I mean, I can't believe you're asking a question on Epstein at a time like this, where we're having some of the greatest success and also tragedy with what happened in Texas. It just seems like a desecration. But
yeah, like I said, that deflecting tactic, yeah, be sharp. That's not gonna work on you. You know what I mean?
You go ahead.
Sure. First,
they know that he's an entertainer, though.
In February, I did an interview on Fox, and it's been getting a lot of attention because I said I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that.
Well, Randy Kay has more on that Fox News interview from February, the DOJ memo, and the fallout that this is all causing in the MAGA world.
In February, Attorney General Pam Bondi was asked whether the Department of Justice would release accused sex trafficker Jeffrey Epstein's so-called list of clients.
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that.
That was red meat for many on the far right, who since Epstein's death...
Why I gotta be on the... See, that's how you know it's bullshit and propaganda, too. Why I gotta be on the right? Motherfuckers... Why motherfuckers on the right wanted that shit? So motherfuckers on the left didn't want... See, we full of shit, man. That's that news, man. So let me get this fucking straight. But I know the whole story is his base is turning on him. I know that's why she's saying that. But see, this is how much propaganda and how much brainwash this shit. It's like they have you in the group thinking, they have you picking and fucking and choosing all the time instead of thinking, let me go with the right. the right narrative. Let me go with the right fucking decision. Let me go with the righteous decision. Why is it always picky and choosy? Why is it always, dude, man, nah, that's the media though. That's why so many people think and act like that.
His jail cell in 2019 have suggested that the government is hiding secrets related to him. One of the conspiracy theories?
They gotta hit you with the see, but see, CNN, all these news stations ain't shit. But CNN is one of the biggest propaganda psyop stations. PSYOP News Network. That's what it's called. You know what I'm saying? It's just so fake. You see what I'm saying? I didn't see it. Remember, I played back in the day that the video of Don Lemon getting into it. You know, when I think the Mike Brown or the George Floyd or some protest. One of them. What's his name? Don Lemon had a fake little scuffle or whatever with a fake cop that was actually a fake PSYOP cop. It wasn't a real cop. So that lets you know right there that they staged stuff and for content, you know, on national TV. So, I mean, for them to, you know, it's conspiracy theory. It's just conspiracy theory. People don't believe it.
That Epstein kept a client list to use as blackmail.
You ought to give you the information and they give you the narrative that it is a conspiracy. You see that? But don't want you. Boy, I tell you.
Against named powerful figures. Bondi did not discourage the conspiracies.
What you're going to see, hopefully tomorrow, is a lot of flight logs, a lot of names, a lot of information.
Bondi never delivered, except to offer a few social media influencers binders of documents in February this year, much of which had already been made public. She wasn't the only one throwing a bone to conspiracy-minded theorists in MAGA world. Here's Dan Bongino on his podcast, before he became deputy FBI director.
What the hell are they hiding with Jeffrey Epstein?
Bongino also raised doubts about Epstein's jail cell suicide.
The questions surrounding this alleged suicide are numerous.
I don't trust this dude either, man. All these dudes, right? Come on, man. How do you get up to the status where you get on the news anyway, or work with the news anyway? We got to think about this.
Yeah. And are worth entertaining and worth getting to the bottom of quickly.
The Department of Justice and the FBI have now put those questions to rest with an unsigned memo released this week that rules out any smoking gun. The memo confirms Epstein died by suicide, something Bongino and FBI Director Kash Patel were already starting to admit publicly.
You know a suicide when you see one, and that's what that was.
He killed himself.
The memo also says there is no incriminating client list, adding, there was also no credible evidence found that Epstein blackmailed prominent individuals as part of his actions. The backlash in MAGA world has been swift. Conspiracy theorist Alex.
Okay. It has to be on the. It just has to be on the right, and they just those are the. It's funny how those are the only conspiracy theories. The people, Republicans and conservative. Damn, dude, these motherfuckers, boy. Wow.
Jones broke down in tears as he accused the White House of being part of a cover-up, and far-right activist Laura Loomer is calling on Bondi to resign.
Well, that was Randy Kay reporting. Let's not forget Elon Musk in all of this, inserting himself into the middle of this controversy in the midst of his feud with the president. He accused Donald Trump without evidence of being in the Epstein files in a post that's since been deleted, also writing that it is the real reason they've not been made public. Have a nice day, DJT. Then just yesterday posting, how can people be expected to have faith in Trump if he won't release the Epstein files?
And a series of scathing posts on X, longtime Trump ally Laura Loomer calling for the president to fire Attorney General Pam Bondi. It comes after a memo released by the DOJ.
Let me guess. I mean, my thing is this lady is not in politics at all, right? Laura Loomer, not in politics. This lady is not in government. This lady has none of that shit. She's just a fucking somebody that talks shit on the fucking internet and gives her fucking opinion. Who the fuck is this lady? Like, I'm not defending, you know what I mean? I'm just saying these people, these are the people. The whole point is those are the people they pay. They pay Laura Loomer. She gets paid. These people are agents. People like me fucking struggle to get a 200, 300 fucking subscribers. These motherfuckers got 1 million something plus subscribers. Who the fuck are these people? I mean, I get it though. White people do support white people. I'm not gonna lie. White people on these YouTube spaces support each other like a motherfucker. You can be talking about gaming some stupid dumb shit for World of Warcraft. You know what I'm saying? Motherfuckers gonna support you. But yet you so-called black person, and you talk about real stuff like this and solutions and problems and all this shit in our community, motherfuckers, black people aren't gonna support you. But you talk about some stupid ass shit like fucking Love and Hip Hop. You talk about some dumb shit about 4 Extra, some stupid, you know what I'm saying? These gangbang. You talk about some shit like that, your shit is going up. Everybody and their mama supporting you, man. You know what I'm saying? You talking about that dumb stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? It's funny because we get on motherfuckers for stereotyping us and shit for that kind of shit, but we do be on that. Motherfuckers, we don't be on it, but we entertain that kind of shit. That's bullshit. That's some backwards shit. But all this shit is fake. All this to me, it's all bullshit. It's just to distract you from shit. They probably passed a bill or pass some shit or some other shit or some kind of legislation without us fucking knowing, some sneak shit. You know what I'm saying? Talking about this stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? And look, meanwhile, and it's weird, like this, look at this weird case law with Puffy to where he still can't get bail. Like, what? Yeah, man, this shit is all bullshit, bro. This shit is all stage, man. Stage bullshit. Keep the niggas, you know what I'm saying, in the worst light. Keep the black people in the worst light ever possible. But meanwhile, these dudes are trick thievers, sneak thieves, motherfucking black blue collar crime, white collar crime, red collar crime. These motherfuckers, man, do commit whatever you think. And oh my bad, now the new school Europeans are shooting up schools now. Wow, that took a turn. So you know what I'm saying? It's just we give these people too much credit, dude. You know what I'm saying? The society gives them too much credit. Society paints them, puts them in that light. Society makes it like, you see what I'm saying? These are the answer makers. You know what I'm saying? The answer givers. You feel what I'm saying? When they're not, they're the opposite. These people can't even tell you about their own history, but they tell you about your history, and we fall for it. We fall for it. Lord Loomer. Who else is all these other motherfuckers and shit? What's some other motherfucker? What's the mother? Nick Fuentes. All these fucking motherfuckers that hate black people. Some of these motherfuckers are descendants of immigrants. They motherfuckers self talking about some right or conservative. Conservative to what, fool? Your motherfuckers family are fucking bunch of motherfucking immigrant boat just got off the boat, potato eating motherfuckers. What are you talking about, bro? You just mad because our struggle has been originally here. Your struggle has not been originally here. Y'all came from somewhere fucking in Northern Europe and shit. You know what I'm saying? Where y'all motherfuckers eating polar bears and shit. Like, what are we really talking about? You know what I'm saying? Like, seriously, not even trying to, you know what I mean? Like, be funny or nothing with these people, but what are we really talking about? This whole Epstein, I already knew. I've been saying years ago, this is some BS. We've been saying that. And I want you to fire Pam Bondi. I agree with that though. But see, I don't want you to fire her for no shit like this. I want you to fire her. You know what I'm saying? Well, yeah, this too. If these people really did get molested and all that and raped and all that, or raped, excuse me. Yeah, I do. Yeah, with the Epstein stuff and them little girls. If all this is really actually true, yes, of course. But at the same time, I also want you to fire her for investing in these prisons, man. That's a conflict of interest. In court, you would have to be reclused or something like that, or excluded or something like that if you were some kind of judge or counsel off a case of facts. Or maybe even get fired or something like that for something like that. That's a big conflict of interest. You can get in trouble for that. How the attorney general, you're the biggest prosecutor in the country, but yet you're invested in private prisons. How does that even work? We don't think we get in our feelings and our emotions and shit. So we're not going to be, that ain't going to come across our minds at all.
And the FBI this week confirmed Epstein died by suicide. And Bondi said that there is no evidence that Epstein kept a, quote, client list. CNN's Elena Treen.
I mean, we hold black people accountable when they lie to us, when they owe us money. We want to, motherfuckers want to get enraged and, when it comes down to another black person. But at the same time, these people lie to us and bullshit us all day long. Not the same smoke. Ain't the same smoke. Nah. You're going to see some motherfuckers still posting. Trump this, man, he going to do this and he going to make stuff this better and all this shit. Niggas don't got no legislation from no motherfucking black people. I see somebody post some shit the other day on Facebook talking about some platinum plan. He didn't issue no motherfucker. Where was the platinum plan then? Oh, he did it right. Oh, well, when he was about to get out of office, motherfucker, he still had time to do that shit. He didn't fucking want to do it. What are you talking about? Joe Biden made a Stop Asian Hate fucking bill in 2 fucking days. Didn't they knock down the Black Panthers in like 2-3 days? Come on, bro. We don't think, man. Let's go. We don't think.
Is live from the White House. One of the issues here is that it's some of his cabinet members themselves are the ones that ginned up the story about Epstein before they were in office, and now they are facing backlash from some in the MAGA world. What are you learning?
Possibly have real evidence on some one of the biggest. See, this is how you know it's bullshit, right? And it's funny style because all this shit was alleged with Puffy and Freakoffs. They didn't say no kind of ring, by the way. They didn't say no sex trafficking ring. Well, they was trying to say some bullshit like that from the jump. So Freakoffs, all consensual, all adults. There's nothing. I mean, it's funny because what's the difference when somebody flies somebody out to shoot a fucking porn? What's the difference between when somebody flies somebody out, a production company flies somebody out to do a porn? What is the difference? We don't think though. You see how we get into our feelings and or we just let other bullshit cloud our minds and shit, other shit that's no significance at all. You know what I'm saying? So you mean to tell me you fake evidence with one person with the Puffy trial, you fake evidence and fake jacks and pump fake with that, right? And just lie and everything with that, just all smear campaign. And with the other ones, when you have actual so-called proof and you got files and lists and motherfucking list and shit, names crossed out with motherfucking highlighter markers and shit, but yeah, you don't want to you bullshit and pump fake about releasing that. And then in January you said you're gonna release it, and then you know what I'm saying, 6 months later you like 5 months later, then it's like it's shaky. Yeah. That's how you know it's bullshit. So you spend all this time and money and so-called taxpayers' money with the P. Diddy trial, right? But there's nothing to see here with this white man or Creed or whatever, same thing. So yeah, man, the joke's on us and shit. You know what I'm saying? We have the foresight. You know what I mean? We have the foresight. We have the discernment. All these other people don't got that, man. We have the sympathy and empathy. Like all these other people don't got it, right? It's ridiculous. A lot of shit is ridiculous. It's stupid.
What's this?
The shit they're talking about is
Make a UGC style ad promoting coffee.
Stuff that's really not important.
That's right. And
you know what I'm saying? Stuff that's not important at all. Stuff that just doesn't make no sense. That's all they talk about in the news. You really think about it. I remember I used to have older relatives. Man, you gotta look at be informative, man. Read look at the news, man, and this and that. But maybe the newspaper see stocks and certain shit, but other than that, no.
Despite what you just heard from the president there are a lot of people in this White House and the broader Trump administration as well who are really frustrated with how not only the Justice Department, but specifically how Attorney General Pamela Bondi has handled this. And, the release of that memo on a Sunday heading into a busy week. Some people told me, one Trump advisor, I should say, that called this a political nightmare, this memo that they released, and argued, why didn't they do this, going into the holiday weekend rather than coming out of it to try and bury some of this news? Or even better yet, they argued, wait until after the midterms. One Trump administration official.
I don't care if it's a holiday. See, this is that bullshit. Holiday weekend, holiday, and then the day. Man, it don't matter if it was Marvin Gaye's birthday. I don't care about none of that shit, man. Release that shit as soon as possible. Come on, man. That's that old symbolism, man. See, black people get caught up in the symbolism in the work, but these other groups get caught up in that shit too. Yeah, I know. Yeah, let them release this. Yeah, brother. Yeah, buddy. Right on 4th of July. Celebrate the American spirit, dude. Let them release this on 4th of July, dude. Yeah. Fucking A, man. Let them release it, man. Just for America, Fuck, man. The American way.
Told me that Bondi had bungled the case from the start by over-promising some of these bombshell findings, only to do what they argued, under-deliver in the end. And you're exactly right, Sarah, that it's not just a lot of people in the MAGA movement in the president's base who had been calling for more information on these files, asking for them to be unsealed by the judge in this case, asking for this Justice Department to open an investigation.
Why they want to complain now? Because they're full of shit.
Accomplices.
It's like a lot of these motherfuckers in this generation full of shit. Motherfuckers want to pick and choose. People want to people want a professional motherfucker to hold their hand. That's fact. I just thought about that right now. Motherfuckers want a professional motherfucker that knows how to file and sort, know how to do taxes, to hold their hand. People want to be oppressed. People want to be a lot of people. They want somebody to tell them what to do. They want somebody to be in control of them. That herd mentality, that herd mind, that hive mind. I mean, come on, what are we really talking about here? And then they give you the propaganda. Oh, people on the right, people, man, both people, man, real motherfuckers, no matter what. See, what does politics got to do? What does politics got to do with this shit? Oh, it got everything to do with it. That's why they're not releasing this shit. Bam, let's go.
That Jeffrey Epstein may have had. There are people in this administration, people like Vice President J.D. Vance, the FBI Director Dan Bongino, for example, who was involved closely on this, who had prior to this administration argued there was more to this case and the Epstein files than maybe officials were letting on. And so that's why there's so much.
I want to know when did they ever pick a black person in office just because he was on Fox or CNN News to be in the White House? So that's the second motherfucker. Dan Bongino and the other funny looking motherfucker, Pete Hedges. Man, you could just be white and be on the news. I like him. Pause. You know what I'm saying? And you pick this motherfucker to be on the news. I mean, to be in the White House, in the cabinet. Very interesting. I'm talking about DEI, right? That's why I don't fall for these stupid buzzwords, these code words. DEI. You know what I'm saying? Woke. All these bullshit ass words that you hear some white motherfuckers talk. Regurgitate. Let's go.
Scrutiny on this. And adding to some of these problems, Sarah, is what we had heard from Pam Bondi herself back in February. She was asked during a Fox News interview, what is the status of that so-called client list that Epstein may have had? And she argued it was sitting on her desk for review. Of course, the memo that came out by the Justice Department on Monday said there is no such client list and that one of those doesn't exist. Now, she did try and explain that interview during that cabinet meeting as well.
Black motherfucker lie to us, boy. Oh man, black motherfucker lie to you. Shit.
It's sitting on my desk right now to review. That's been a directive by President Trump. I'm reviewing that.
I was asked a question about the client list, and my response was, it's sitting on my desk to be reviewed, meaning the file along with the JFK, MLK files as well. That's what I meant by that.
So as you could hear there, Sarah, she's trying to argue that she was referring to a much broader case that was on her desk, but not an answer that, I spoke with many people after Bondi's response there who told me that they just weren't satisfied with that type of answer. I will say, though, that the president was briefed last week by Bondi as well as the FBI Director Kash Patel on some of the findings of that investigation. So he wasn't caught off guard by this. But again, a lot of people not very happy with how this has been handled and specifically how Pam Bondi has really messaged on this.
Yeah, interestingly, they did release more of the JFK assassination files, and there are a lot of people wondering why these files aren't also being released. We will see what happens. Elena Treen, great reporting from you from the White House this morning for us. John?
One emerging industry, one investing strategy that's largely automated, and it takes about 1 hour.
All right, so, this is getting out of hand, man. It's getting to the point, you know what I'm saying? It's getting to the point where it's like, enough is enough, man. Hold up. So you got some cat. Now let's go into this real quick. I got a couple different things. Let's go. Let's go into the clock. This and then we're going to this January 6th. January 6th, that's gonna be last video, man. I'm gonna get out of here, man. So we're gonna go to this cloud. Damn, this is what's name? Now let's get what's the hell with all this shit. Let's get let me get Papa Duck real quick. Papa Duck, you know what I'm saying? Let me play the rest of this Papa Duck. Papa Duck was spitting. Yeah, Papa Duck is vicious right here. Let me play like 3 minutes, man. How about the rest? And let me play up to this and then to the end. Shout out to Papa Duck, man. Salute. Go like and subscribe to his channel. You know, he be spitting some facts, man.
Some of the, it's just. Why I be telling y'all, man, this ain't got nothing to do with God, bro. The people done fooled us, dog. We are fooled. We being tricked. Straight bullshit, man. That's all I can say. Again, man, I send my condolences to all these people that's stuck in these floods, and they were showing that Donald Trump was saying that his hands tied, he can't help the people in Texas, but it was the Mexicans and the Spanish people that came and helped people, and you know, people who it always be people who don't have millions of dollars, but they show.
So look at the narrative. So now let me get this straight. So let me get this straight. So ICE deported. Look, this is how. Look at how you know this. How you know this is. It's all a psyop. This is all staged, right? Look. So let me get this straight. Trump and them, you know, talking crazy. Well, no, my bad. It was. I knew this was a scam because remember a couple weeks ago he said that he's going to let the hospitality, the hotel workers, and the travel motherfuckers, immigrants stay here. So he's already said that. So it's selective picking and choosing immigration. It's not real immigration. It's bullshit. And for two, we all know that this is since Pam Bondi is the Attorney General, she's going to make a lot of money off these private prisons, man. All they're going to do is just hold these motherfuckers in these private prisons. A lot of them probably not even going to get deported. And it could be it's just like prison. It's a process, man. You're in there, motherfucker, for years. So guess what? The longer you're in there, baby, the more the state in the private prison make, big baby. That's how that works. So the longer you don't get deported, the more money they make, big baby. Come on now, let's talk. Let's not act like we don't know. Let's not act like we don't know what's going on. There's ignorant motherfuckers that's not on this channel. Let's just keep it 100. Let's go.
Oh, you that shit.
You know,
to make you think.
What we talking about?
Or to paint the picture that rich motherfuckers don't have to help a motherfucker. They the ones who got all the money, the resources. Why it always be poor people that help people? That tells you right there. For you to be rich in America, you got to be a shark, heartless motherfucker. And some of y'all might disagree, but I guarantee you, there's more people that have heartless souls and that are sharks that's rich than not. Yeah, you got a few people that's rich with a good heart, but bitch, where they at? How many of them? They've done studies of this shit. I've seen it. They've done studies in California where they go to the rich part and have people dress up as regular people and bums sometimes, asking rich people that's in rich neighborhoods and rich areas for money. Man, them people cussing their ass out. Get a job, you bum. Telling them about God, all type of shit. Then they go to the poor neighborhood. Same thing, asking people, man, I seen a dude say, you know what, I don't have no money, but you can have this sandwich. Come on, bro, that touched me. That touched me. Because I promise you, bro, the average rich person you can see this shit on TV and everywhere else, they always are some nasty, don't give a fuck who they fuck over, or step on your ass type people, bro. Remember this. Sharks are born swimming. And when you do business in America, you got to have ice water running through your veins, not blood. That's why they don't want you to be emotional and all this. They want you to have a heart that's made
They always on mute the whole time. Wow. But you see how the poor helps the poor? The poor helps the poor. You know what I'm saying? The rich help the rich. And hell, it'd be a person that work paycheck to paycheck, and they still shit on you when you're not doing as good as them, supposedly. Sure, I'm not doing the best. You think my family? You think I got family to come offer anything? Cause hey, you know this and that. Nope. He's right. You got to be a shark. You have to be emotionless in certain cases, or be emotional to the people that are emotional to you. Help the people that help you. That's just how that works. How that works. Just because you share blood doesn't mean shit, really. I mean, just because you share blood doesn't mean your family. Make sense? Just because your family doesn't mean you share blood. Yeah. Just because you share the same blood don't mean your family. There you go. That shit doesn't mean anything. You know what I'm saying? People ain't gonna help you, man. And these are supposed to be family members. So what makes you think some rich Europeans is gonna help you? Oh, we short plumbers, we short this, we short trade people, we short this, we're short nurses, we're short this. All these white conservatives always they push that bullshit. The white conservatives and the white the white liberals, I hear that more, but I hear both of them, right? Well, build trade schools, man. Didn't your boy Tariq Nasheed? What happened to that Hidden Colors Museum? What the fuck happened to that? You put all this money and crowdfunding into a museum, bro, a / lounge, bro. I ain't, more power to you, but at the same time, that shit could have been a big trade center, bro. You could have built a trade center in the middle of LA, a free trade center, bro, a nonprofit. You see how come these places, these private entities don't build free trade centers, bro? Free. You could get subsidies from that. That's tax write-off. You get subsidies for that. You put when the bill goes in, writes into a bill or legislation, and the legislation is a contract. There's a certain amount of people you have to hire. There's a certain amount of people you got to employ. There's a certain amount of people. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to waive the fees. There ain't going to be no fees. They could do that if they want to, bro. But see, they got us fighting, and then they got us looking crazy and talking shit and judging each other. I get it. They got poor people at poor people's throats. That makes sense. The rich is at your throat, and so is the poor. I get it. Poor motherfucker don't get a break. The rich motherfucker at your throat and the poor motherfuckers at your throat. Like I said earlier, this is how you know it's fake. They just spent and wasted all this money on that P. Diddy trial. So the P. Diddy trial was basically private. It was just private encounters. It was private encounters. The whole trial was about private relationships. I don't give a fuck about what kind of motherfucking sex motherfuckers are doing, what kind of positions they doing, if they using midgets. I don't care about none of that. You see what I'm saying? None of that has anything to do with me. You see what I'm saying? That has nothing to do with that. Got to do with me. What is somebody like doing their sex life have to do with me? We don't think. Because that's the gossiping aspect. That's the entertainment aspect. That's the oh shit, well shit, I don't feel that bad because I got a gang of problems in my motherfucking life. Shit, if Puffy got it and these motherfuckers got these problems with these money, shit, I can't be doing that bad. That's some psychological shit right there. Right? Let's go.
Hit a motherfucking stone. And you might say, well, yeah, if you're a good-hearted person, you're not gonna make it in business. You just answer my fucking question. Because you can't be an emotional person with a big heart in business, not in America. And don't you know in other countries they hang fruits on the fences for the poor. But in America, they lock you up for trying to feed the poor. Why? Because everything's a business. It's bullshit. Anyway, man, it's your boy Powered Up, man. I'm about to get back off in here, man. Finish what I was doing, man. Again, man.
Let me go back to where he's.
Why everybody out running around playing in the snow and not thinking like, man, this shit ain't right. This never should happen. This is how they manipulate Mother Nature. Don't you know it was snowing in Florida? Why everybody out running around playing in the snow and not thinking like, man, this shit ain't right. This is how they control the weather. This is how they use weather modifications to control us, to control farmers, to make everyone comply, man. That's why you got people right now sitting and saying, not my God. Oh, they can do what they want, but when my God, don't you know these people are playing God? Don't you know these people are tampering with Mother Nature? You have to understand the biggest fight of all is for your mind. We are so brainwashed to none of this shit makes sense to no one. People are just oblivious. They think, oh, it's supposed to snow in Florida, or it's supposed to flood like this. And don't you know people's fish tanks had frozen in Texas that year when they had that freeze over? Fish tanks. Let me tell you something, bro. When it comes to control and what the devil wants, there's no obstacle that motherfucker will not leap over for that not to happen. You get what I'm saying? At the end of the day, they're gonna do whatever it takes. They're gonna brainwash you. They're gonna unalive your ass. They're gonna lie to you. They're gonna create belief systems. They're gonna give you religion. They're gonna do everything under the sun to keep you dumb, deaf, and blind. It's just that simple. If you look at what's going on in these places, man, these people they had no fair warning this shit was gonna happen. How you got millions of dollars of data in the 2025 and you can't alert a bitch when some shit gonna happen? Because it's by design. You know how much money?
So you got Amber Alerts, you got, well, rightfully so, you got all types of other alerts. But why not that? That's weird, because you know what I'm saying, out here, I don't know. I thought we had alerts out here in California, man. We have all types of bullshit. Earthquake alert, all that. Out here, I don't know. It's kind of, I don't know. He's right. You know what I'm saying? But then they were saying they did warn people. I'm hearing they saying they didn't. I don't know. But see, get to the bottom of this shit. I'm going to play some on cloud seeding.
And they make off this shit. You know how much control they have off this shit when they want to destroy cities, because you know they want to build them 15-minute cities. Remember, they just burnt down California, man. We have so much shit happening back to back. We forget they burnt down Hawaii.
Point.
Well, I say, man, people got to start waking up. We have to start looking at shit for what it is and understand if we don't come together, man, I don't give a fuck what color you is. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. The same people, bro, that has been doing this to us for centuries are still doing it. Same people that's still in control. They're still in control. They're still doing it. And just imagine if you was in one of them cities where your whole front room flooded. You know what I'm saying? And no power, no light, no nothing, man. Well, I say, man, y'all be talking about the devil, man. Fuck that. The devil is the government, and the see, it's a lot of shit I can't say on here, because the same devilish motherfuckers be on here listening, and they got voice recognition, and they got word detection. So when you say certain words, it glue in on you.
Facts.
And when you say certain shit, here they come. Now they want to. How about I say, man? We up shit creek. We as a culture and as a people, we cook because we can't figure out where the problem is coming from or how to fix it. First of all, you must unlearn and relearn everything you know. These people fucked us up here. Our signals are scrambled. This is why we can't get along. This is why we can't even picture in our minds how this looks, because they never showed us this shit. You got these people can't get along with these people. When you, from your toes to your head, y'all got the same thing. I see foreign people coming from other countries and they think they better than black people. Bitch, you got the same thing. These people, you got the same thing we got. We got different skin color, but you got like you got 3 motherfucking arms and 6 legs, and you got like you could do something so. That's why I say I don't get it, but I get it, but I don't get it. That's why I don't like people who don't like other people just because of this or that or whatever. Man, you in the way. And you're going to always be a problem you need to be dealt with. Because like I'm trying to explain to y'all, we all got one common enemy. I don't give a fuck what color you is. I don't care what language you speak. I don't care if you think you better than a bitch because you got a fucking Gucci purse or you riding in a Maybach or whatever. You have the same motherfucking enemy as everybody else. And as soon as you figure that out, the better. The sooner you figure that out, the better. This is for the uppity people. who think because they shop here or they make this kind of money or they do this, bro, you got the same enemy, dog. And when I think about stuff like that, I see the uphill battle we're gonna have to go through, man.
Facts. Man, shout out to Papa Doc, man. Man, he spit some facts, man. I think we're so in our comfort zone to where we want to talk and be entertained by other, by a lot of bullshit, stupid shit, shit that has nothing to do with anything. You know what I'm saying? Stuff. We can't talk about these youth, man. We can't talk about these younger generation, man. When us, older folks is on the same BS and entertaining the same BS, man. There has to be some kind of leading by example, man. So let's go into this real quick. We play this, and I'm gonna play the cloud seeding. Yeah, man. I'm gonna expose this broad, expose these people for the fake phony that they are.
Safe to say. Assalamu alaikum. Thanks to all my subs and supporters who watch, like, share, and comment on the videos. It's greatly appreciated. Anybody who would like to support the channel, the link to my book, The N-Word is No Secret in the Service, is in the description of every video. We also have the Runaway Slave store, link in the description. Go grab yourself a souvenir or something like that. Let's cook. Okay, I know many people seen it in the news already. This place called Camp Mystic in Hunt, Texas. A wild flood came through there, wiped out the entire camp. Many girls lost their lives. Many people lost their lives, period. So condolences to their families, okay? Now, this place, Camp Mystic, is a historic Christian girls' camp located in Hunt, Texas. This is a camp for rich people. It was created for white girls from affluent families, okay? There are some girls who go there that are from billionaire families. Many little white girls who are rich went to this camp, like former First Lady Laura Bush, okay? They don't have a no black people allowed sign at this camp. That ain't happening. They don't have to. And if you're a black person who would send your child to this camp anyway, I think you got some issues. Now, again, this camp was hit with a catastrophic flood on July 4th. They said that the heavy rains caused the Guadalupe River to raise 26 feet in 45 minutes. Imagine that. The floodwaters swept through the cabins, destroyed buildings, cut off escape routes. These girls couldn't get out. Actually, this happened when most of them were asleep. The waters rising 26 feet in 45 minutes, came in, overwhelmed them, wiped it all out, okay? And most of these girls were asleep, people. 27 campers and counselors confirmed dead. Some are still missing. This camp was hosting 750 girls ages 7 to 17. Condolences to their families. I mean, imagine that scary 26 feet in 45 minutes. Most of them were asleep. You wake up to that. Imagine you hear something and there's just water gushing in. You know what I'm saying? So after that happened, right, there was a black woman by the name of Sade Perkins. She had something to say. She wanted to speak about the bias in the news and the coverage that this received. And, basically saying, okay, this is getting all this coverage because these are white girls, okay? Now, the thing about this woman, Sade Perkins, is she's a former appointee to the city of Houston's Food Insecurity Board. And she has some words to say about this. Check her out.
I know I'm probably going to get canceled for this, but Camp Mystic is a whites-only girls' Christian camp. They don't even have a token Asian. They don't have a token black person. It is a all white-only, conservative Christian camp. If you ain't white, you ain't right, you ain't getting in, you ain't going, period. And I think that context needs to be said in this matter. It's not to say that we don't want the girls to be found, whatever girls that are missing or whatever right now, but you best believe, especially in today's political climate, if this were a group of Hispanic girls, especially with them being in East Texas, it should be most likely Hispanic. If this were a group of Hispanic girls out there, this would not be getting this type of coverage that they're getting. No one would give a fuck. And all these white people, the parents of these little girls, would be saying things like they need to be deported. They shouldn't have been here in the first place and yada, yada, yada. So before y'all come at me, before y'all start leaving hate comments on my page about, oh, these are just kids and they don't know no better, the parents of these children who are choosing, and it is a choice in 2025, it is definitely a freaking choice to go into East goddamn Texas and to make a all-white enclave exclusionary just for white people, with all the black people in East Texas, with all the Hispanic people in East Texas. Somehow, some way, you have carved out an all-white, whites-only enclave in East Texas for your white children. Yeah, I have a problem with that. I have a big problem with that. Once again, this is no shade to the girls. I hope they all get found. But once again, y'all have to understand the climate that we're living in. They want you to have sympathy for these people. They want you to get out of your bed and to come out of your home and to go find these people and to donate your money to go find these people. Meanwhile, they are deporting your family members. Meanwhile, they're setting up concentration camps and prisons for your family members. And I need y'all to keep that in mind before y'all get out there and put on your rain boots and go find these little girls.
Okay, that's what she had to say. And Whitey is going nuts on her right now. I mean, they're always looking for a black person to go at and go nuts on, but they're going nuts on her right now. And she said what she said. And people, she's standing 10 toes down on what she said, okay? She said, I don't care. This is what I said. She also she posted videos of her at the shooting range with her gun, you know, basically showing guns, saying, if you think it's something sweet, if you want to, go ahead and move on me and see what happened. So she's going hard in her statements because, of course, after she said that, she was, of course, getting death threats. That's what white people do. They give you death threats if you miss a three-pointer at the game. I mean, that's what white Americans do. You do something they don't like, they talk about killing you. So they're talking about doing all kinds of stuff to her. So therefore, she posted pictures of her, you know, at the shooting range, her guns. I can dig that, though. I can respect that. Okay, she said, I said what I said. I don't care. And she's going.
But see, I knew when I first seen this story, when I first heard the situation, I knew the lady was a suspect, right? The lady's hella suspect because look, for one, she talking about trans and this was trans girls and all this. What are you talking about? Are you trans? Why are you talking about that? You see what I'm saying? And she ain't mentioned nothing about black girls. You know that? Not one time. Not one time. Why did she say that about black people? The whole story. You notice that? She said it about everybody else. You know what I mean? But black people is kind of interesting.
On hard in her belief. Okay? After she said that, the mayor of Houston, by the name of John Whitmire, he condemned her comments. He was asked, what's up with this? Because again, this woman, Sade Perkins, is a former appointee to the city's Food and Security Board. So people are like, hey, mayor, what's up? You had this woman in a position. He's like, I'll make sure that she never comes back. I don't support her comments and what she said, this, and that. You know what I'm saying? And her response to the mayor was, he's a piece of shit. So this woman is going hard with it. She could do what she wants to do with her life. And I thought, would I say these things? No. At this time right here, after this just happened to all these girls, families are grieving. Would I feel comfortable saying that? No, I would not. I would not say that.
Ever wondered what your home looks like from space? Enter your address and get a 360-degree satellite view of your home right now. See your city, your street, even your rooftop from above. Like
if they got look, they're spying on you.
But that's what she wanted to do. She's going hard, and she's standing firm in her belief. She's standing behind her words. Then I read something that she said. She also said that if this were a camp full of Mexicans or LGBTQ children, it wouldn't be getting this coverage. So after I read that, I'm like, okay, here we go. This is a black woman right here. Here we go.
Didn't say nothing about no so-called black girls, right? See?
Now I'm seeing something.
Suspect.
A solid black woman who was for her people would never say anything about LGBTQ children. What a black woman would say is, if those were black, if she wanted to say something, okay? Again, I'm not saying that a black woman has to say anything at a time like this. She wanted to say something, but I'm saying that a black woman would say, if those were black girls, you wouldn't cover this. If those were black children, you wouldn't cover this. When I seen that LBGT, I said, oh, okay. Because I know that a solid black woman wouldn't even acknowledge LBGT, whatever kids, as that. They would just acknowledge them as children, and that's it, okay? So I'm like, okay, that's kind of weird. But she's still standing firm in her belief. She says that the governor of Texas and Donald Trump caused this. I said, okay, she's saying what she want to say, but that's kind of weird. But it made me think, like, why is she so upset about this being a white camp? I wouldn't want a black girl to go to that camp or black children or them to say, okay.
Exactly. Come on, man, we got to do better. Men and women, man. Dude, man. Like, what's up with these? I mean, left and right, to me, both do it. What's up with these conservative and liberal black, so-called black people? Like, I mean, at least the conservatives kind of like, in certain instances, go more for masculine or just family values, like kind of little some certain instances. But I mean, the Democrats just all this new age liberal. It's just all this stuff is just out of hand. None of it speaks family. None of it speaks unity. None of it speaks population control. That's how I take it. I don't know. I'm not trying to be funny or nothing. You see what I'm saying? But it just speaks like population control. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Let's go.
Okay, well, we're going to invite a group of black children in this camp so they could abuse them and make them feel like pieces of SHIT for the rest of their life. I wouldn't want that. Let it be a white Christian camp for white people. We don't have to go. A summer camp is not a necessity in life anyway. I'm more upset about car insurance charging black people more, energy companies charging black people more. We don't care about no summer camp. We got our own summer camps. Anyway, so I'm wondering, she seems kind of mad. Sometimes when you see black people kind of mad, sometimes you got to watch them. You may think that they are thinking one way, but they could be them agape love kumbaya Negroes, the type that don't mind racism, they don't mind white supremacy. They just want white people to be nice to them. So I'm thinking, man, is she one of them people? She could, because she seemed kind of mad about this all-white camp that I would never want a black girl to go to.
Well, why would you?
You know, those type of people that would scream and march to get a burger, fries, and a shake at Woolworth. You know, they want to go there and sit down and they get the burger, and the white people who give it to them, they spit in it anyway, as opposed to saying, well, F your burger. You know, I'm going to get my own, bro. I don't need your burger. I'm like, is she one of them type Negroes? Then I seen her boyfriend. Her boyfriend made a statement to condemn what he said. Then I'm like, oh, that's where all this fire is coming from. Look at her boyfriend. This guy is Reverend Dr. Colin Boson. That's her bae. That's a snowman. This guy, Dr. Colin Boson, is the senior minister of the First Unitarian Universalist Church of Houston. Yeah, one of them Skittles churches, people. Yeah, one of them type places. One of them, everybody's welcome. Skittles is welcome. Chop your balls off and come in here, you're welcome. Weirdo type places.
Super weird.
He's the pastor. He looks like one of them type of people. So the white boyfriend immediately dropped her in the media. He immediately dropped his black girlfriend right here, Sade Perkins, in the media. I'm reading. This is what he said. This is what her white man said. My partner, Sade Perkins, has made comments on social media regarding the horrific flooding that devastated Camp Mystic. I want to be clear that I disavow her comments. While she was not speaking on my behalf or on behalf of my congregation, I recognize that her comments have caused harm to many who are experiencing terrible loss and anxiety. I believe strongly that all people have inherent worthiness and dignity. Her comments were not in the spirit of the Unitarian Universalist values centered around love that my congregation and I share. I am deeply sorry for the harm this may have caused to the mystic families and the members of the community.
He dropped her like a bag. He dumped her quick. And he put out the memo like, look, he didn't back her up. He wasn't on code, like how they be on code with each other, man. Motherfuckers be wanting acceptance from. Look how weird this dude look, bro. Like, I guess it don't matter how. I mean, I'm not, motherfuckers could look like motherfucking Pee Wee Herman. It don't matter, I guess.
Of Central Texas, along with the Guadalupe River, who are grieving and anxiously awaiting word about their loved ones. I apologize to my congregation who has experienced harm because of her comments. I will continue to pray for all who have been impacted by the flooding and for the many lives lost.
Oh, Jim Jones Jr. looking ass, man. These are some sick motherfuckers, man. He dropped her like a bad habit, dude. He was like, man, black Bedouin, man, you on your own.
During this tragedy, I will continue to work to repair the harm this incident has caused. Reverend Dr. Colin Boson, Senior Minister, First Unitarian Universalist Church of Houston. That's her snowman. That's why I said, oh,
look at this dude, bro. Bro, this dude look like a cartoon character, bro. It look like somebody drew him up. You know what I'm saying? Oh, Dudley Do-Right looking ass. I'm telling you, man, it don't matter, bro. It's but see, they got you psychologically, you know what I'm saying, feeling a certain kind of way about our own self, to where, but that's the kind of excuse, right from wrong. You still know right from wrong, man. Fuck it, man. Motherfuckers go to jail, they do stupid shit. They motherfuckers still know right from wrong. We got it. Damn. This dude, man, this motherfucker look like, oh man. Group troop looking ass motherfucker.
That's why a black woman would make a statement like that. And that's why she's so mad. She goes.
You know what I'm saying? You heard what I said? Oh, Rick Moranis from Ghostbusters looking ass with the same bone structure looking ass motherfucker. I guess it don't matter, bro. The looks, but see, if it's a black dude, looks does matter. He has to have he has to have dreads, Jordans, all that. Looks matter when it's a black guy. Hell yeah, it matters. Like, oh, you best believe it matters. But when it comes down to the white motherfucker, he could look like motherfucking Dudley Do-Right. That motherfucker, he could look like he plays World of Warcraft all day in his motherfucking mom's basement. It don't matter. Let's go. My bad.
Goes to this weird church.
My name is Binit Patel, and I am an alumni of Coding Temple. So I was working in the healthcare industry, working with medical devices and doing quality assurance. I knew this boot camp was working.
Where her boyfriend is the pastor or reverend, one of them type churches. All is welcome, whatever. You could come in here with high heels and a beard, a mohawk.
And there's no excuse because Houston has a lot of black people, so that's no excuse. It's not like California. That's not that. We're not talking about California. It's like 5 black motherfuckers in the whole state. We're talking about Houston, Texas. There's a lot of black people out there. And you pick him. Okay, let's go. Okay, I mean, who am I to judge? I'm single, so I guess I can't talk, right? Yeah, I can't talk.
Orange mohawk and chop your balls off and all that old weird stuff. One of them type places. She's part of that. She's so deep into it that her boyfriend is the reverend. And I said, oh, that white man dropped her quick. He dropped her quick. And I knew something was up because I'm like,
I have to start doing a new series, the Divester Chronicles, man. Divester Disasters. That's the one. Let's do that. I'm gonna have to start doing it on the show. Possibly, to get that copywritten. You know what I'm saying? The Divester Disasters, man. These men, these people do not love you. They don't like you. Sex, motherfuckers ain't gonna a lot of men ain't gonna turn down sex. It don't matter, motherfucker. You could be a polka dot color. Motherfuckers still in a hit. You know what I'm saying? Because these motherfuckers are simps. They're desperate. Let's just be honest. You know what I'm saying? But in your case, you're a female. You have a choice. You have more of a choice and an option. You know, you don't look like a bad looking female. I mean, I'm saying I don't see, you know, I can't see how the back is looking, you know what I'm saying? But that ain't the point. So you have options, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you females get more of the attention, so you pick anyway, it don't matter. So yeah, man. So salute to my dude Runaway Slave Man 2.0, man. Dope content. You see what I'm saying? He be spitting some facts. You know, he be spitting some facts. Hold up. Yeah, man. Oh man. I'm just like, sometimes I see these dudes, motherfucker look like we would have brought it look like motherfucking, you know, she looks like she's built like a stack of Legos. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, bro, man. I guess because I don't know. I mean, I can't judge, like I said, because I'm single. So, you know, but damn, you know what I'm saying? All right, so hold up. Okay, so let me go. Let me see. All right, so let's go a little bit to this flood, man. Let's see how the status is real quick, and I'm gonna play that cloud seeding. You know what I'm saying? Let me play this cloud seeding video. I mean, let's go into the flood. What's this shit called? Like say name it some name. Naming these hurricanes and shit. That's what I'm like, dang, mother, name the hurricane. Wow, interesting. It's kind of weird. Why would you name the hurricane or the fucking storm if you didn't make the storm? I don't know. All right, let's go. So let me see. So let me get an update on this real quick, man. And then Texas flood. We're gonna go into this cloud seeding shit, man. I'm kind of confused. At least 104 people dead in Texas flooding. 110 dead. Okay, wait. Whoa. 110 dead. More than 170 still missing. Catastrophic flood in Texas. And then so that's ABC 7. And ABC News has at least, and this is all a day ago. Let me see. Let me see. Play this, man. Why is this all ABC? Right here. Interesting. Why did you skip?
By air, by boat, and on land as we learn more about the victims. ABC's Jacqueline Lee is on the ground in Texas with more.
The death toll rising in Texas as officials announce more than 85 bodies have been recovered in Kerr County alone, more than 100 dead statewide.
To put this into perspective, just in the Kerr and Kendall counties alone, there are far more fatalities than there were in Hurricane Harvey.
Navigating difficult terrain and armed with a walking stick, hiking boots, and a lot of faith, Robert Brake Jr. has been desperately searching for his missing parents since Friday. Their cabin washed away in the floods.
The Grimes Funeral Home was just set up initially as a morgue. We checked with them hourly, walking up to them, giving my parents information, the pictures. You were hoping not to see anything and hear anything. When you didn't, you had an ounce of hope.
But this morning, he realized they weren't coming back home.
But if my parents being gone meant the world got to be a better place, for just one day. People were kind, treated each other with kindness and love, and people prayed a little harder and brought them closer to faith. I'm willing to accept that loss.
At a press conference earlier today, officials pressed about the timing of notifications during the flash flooding.
Right now, this team up here is focused on bringing people home. That's our focus. All those questions will be answered, but the priority right now is bringing people home.
During his cabinet meeting, President Trump confirming he plans to visit Texas on Friday.
We don't want to get in anyone's way because that's what happens. The president goes and everyone's around focused on. I don't want anyone to focus on us.
And we're learning more about the victims. 8-year-old Mary Grace Baker died in the floods. 13-year-old Blair Harbor and 11-year-old Brooke Harbor staying with their grandparents when the flash flooding hit. Their bodies found together 15 miles down the river the next day. And the man you heard from.
Boy. Wait. So I'm confused. Were they staying with their grandparents or were they staying at the plate? I'm confused. That didn't make any sense. Whatever.
From earlier, who is missing his parents, says he will continue searching, but also to help others find their loved ones.
Yeah, niggas still got
Jacqueline Lee, ABC.
Cognitive, you know what I'm saying, capabilities and abilities. Goddamn. You know, these man. Let's play this other. You know, condolences though. You know, to whoever passed away and died. Man.
Tonight, the desperate search and recovery for survivors in Central Texas.
Weather modification for sure.
By air, foot, and water going through the mangled wreckage left in the wake of that fatal flash flood.
We remain hopeful every foot, every mile, every bend of the river.
Oh my God! But the clock is ticking. Search efforts entering their fourth day after torrential rain sent the Guadalupe River surging, turning the holiday weekend into a trail of horror.
Water rose so quick, you couldn't do anything about it.
You know what I see? I see a graveyard. This is sacred ground. It's real hard not to feel bad because I know some of these people.
Dozens of people still missing, at least 100.
That was so fake. That was fake. I'm sorry. My bad.
And 5 people dead. More than 1,000 people have been rescued.
In debris fields like this, there are dozens of workers. You can see them scattered. There are debris piles like this extending for dozens of miles down the Guadalupe River.
And among the dead, at least 27 children from one summer camp, the beloved Camp Mystic.
These are babies that were lost. It is the safest place on earth.
But it's segregated though. Let's get this clear. Black and Asians or whoever else, they can't go there, right? Is it segregated? Or no? Is it linked to the Bush family or what's going on? Okay.
That night on July 4th, it quickly became the most unsafe place on earth, but not just Mystic, the whole hill country.
Now the stories of their heroism
and there was 200 kids looking to someone for some sort of comfort and safety
and survival.
We saw all of the other camps destroyed, obliterated.
Plus questions being raised about emergency warning.
Why they so? What camp? So they was in another camp. I'm confused.
Could more lives have been saved in the second deadliest flood in Texas history?
We know we get rains. We know the river rises, but nobody saw this coming.
When you buy music gear from Sweetwater, you get more than just what's in the box. A whole lot more.
Texas Hill Country, known for its majestic beauty, has been home to several summer camps for generations. But it's also been dubbed Flash Flood Alley.
This area of Texas is called Flash Flood Alley because of its steep terrain, its shallow soil, and the numerous high-intensity rainfall events that happen, especially because of its proximity to the Gulf and getting moisture even from the Pacific.
At the epicenter of these deadly floods, Camp Mystic. It's a Christian girls' camp near Hunt, Texas, where 750 campers spent the night into July 4th. Several campers and a counselor are still missing.
It was just a normal day. The day before, nobody had any idea what was going to happen.
Camp nurse Devin Williams filming the day's festivities before tragedy struck, staff entertaining campers in the dining hall, games being played on the lawn outside. Caroline Catrona was a counselor at the camp's nearby Cypress Lake, 9 minutes from the Guadalupe River, where she was also previously a camper for 7 years. Never would she have thought the sanctuary for so many girls would be destroyed.
We went to bed. Thunder came in around midnight. I woke up about every hour looking at the clock and just watching the night go on. And I was like, wow, it's still storming. It's still storming.
I'm confused. So how come everybody didn't die? No, man, I'm not saying it like that, but it's just how is it still survive? Was were they in a different part of the camp, or they don't give you no detail. They just they throw these stories at you, and plus they're white girls, so once they throw that, they hit you with that, man. That's all there it is. You know what I'm saying? It's all you getting the sympathy, the empathy, you getting, you know what I'm saying? You getting the condolences. You getting all the all that mourning. You getting all that. Just for that, to them 2 words, white girl, baby. You know what I'm saying?
Storming.
At 3:35 a.m., the National Weather Service upgraded.
Sad, though, so 3:35. Wow. Okay, so let's pay attention to the numbers. 3:35. So 3:35. That's 33, right? Let's go.
A previous flash flood warning,
Okay, now we
urging
got-
people
now
to
we
move
get
to
numbers
higher
now.
ground now. But Caroline, like so many others,
Numbers.
didn't get that notification.
We turn in our phones, so none of us had our phones because that's just what all camps do anywhere. That's part of the reason I wanted to go is you don't have your phone.
It was sometime between 4.
So no one had a phone. There was no source. No. It doesn't work like that. No one had any. How do you run a camp and nobody got? And you already know it's raining. You already know it's storming. How you not have no landline number? No. See, we don't. Damn. Maybe I shouldn't have said that. Let me shut up. My bad. I shouldn't have said that. But that makes too much sense, though. You got to have a landline. You run into business. It's not how that works. This is not. We're not. These aren't Amish people we're talking about here. We're talking about a camp. You see what I'm saying? You're gonna have to have some, even if you don't have your own personal bullshit cell phone. The camp has to have some kind of communication. What are they motherfucking? What are they gonna communicate through Morse code or something? What is this? Are we doing smoke signals? No, that's not. I'm just saying. Let's go.
And 6 a.m. when the nearby Guadalupe River surged, rising 26 feet in less than an hour.
In the atmosphere, you had this really slow moving system that's just circulating and barely moving. On top of that, you added moisture from 3 distinct places. So that's like turning on 3 faucets into a kiddie pool and just letting them pour and pour and pour.
This time-lapse video showing just how fast another nearby river rose hours later. Houses washed away, bridges severely damaged, trees snapped in half, many toppled, and homes left in the middle of the road. And when the sun rose, an apocalyptic scene, muddy mattresses, those bent bunk beds, and sodden pink comforters.
We had no idea people were missing. We had no idea that they had to wade through water, barely able to stand to get to the pavilion.
Did you know there's an easier way to find and hire a lawyer? Introducing Nolo.com, the fastest way to connect with top-notch attorneys in your area. Here's how it works. Step 1, describe your case. Simply tell us about your case and provide your contact information. It's quick and easy. Step 2, get matched. We instantly list attorneys who are best suited to handle your case. No more endless searching. Step 3, hire the lawyer. Choose from the list of attorneys you'd like to work with. It's all about finding the perfect match for you. And the best part, it's all free.
My bad.
With over 1 million lawyers in our network, you can trust that you'll...
That's commercial. My bad.
Devin and the surviving campers bust to safety.
Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God.
Those surviving girls singing as they passed through miles of shredded countryside, past the trees that were smashed and the SUVs piled up like toys.
Probably the most dangerous.
Coast Guard rescue swimmer Scott Ruskin telling our David Muir what he witnessed when he landed at that camp. The crew decided Scott would have to stay on the ground with the children. It would allow them to get more out. He ended up rescuing 165 people.
If you stayed on scene, it would give him a little more space in the helicopter.
Yeah, we assumed that, based on weight, we could probably take 2 more kids every trip.
So they got to work. The children, some just 7 and 8 years old, looking to Scott for answers.
Primary, just asking about their friends. They wanted to see if I knew anything about their friends, show me pictures, do whatever they could to try to find their friends. And I just told them, I was like, hey guys, I don't know where they are. We have every crew we can possibly imagine.
At one point, you were carrying 2 girls in one arm.
Yeah, it was 1 in each arm. But yeah, it was just 2 little kids, 7 years old, didn't have shoes on. I was like, dude, I'm not going to make you guys walk through this mud, while you're trying to get to a helicopter.
Camp Mystic has a storied history. Famous alums include Laura Bush, who worked as a counselor, and the daughters of late.
So there's connections. Why is it? My bad. There's a connection. What are the odds that this place is connected to former president family? Is that why Trump is going out there? Or?
According to the group's website and seen here in one of their videos, campers are encouraged to develop friendships and learn life skills.
I mean, what camp should be? It's the best place ever, and you have 0 worries there. It's heaven.
Now Caroline and the community are mourning their own and praying for those missing. The families of twin sisters Hannah and Rebecca Lawrence saying in a statement, Hannah and Rebecca gave their parents, John and Lacey, and sister Harper, and all in our family so much joy. They and that joy can never be forgotten. The father of Kellyanne Lytle, who is still missing, releasing this video of her singing The Reindeer Rock at a recent Christmas pageant. Recent high school graduate Chloe Childress, who worked as a counselor, was planning to attend the University of Texas in the fall before dying in the tragedy. Dick Eastland was the beloved owner of Camp Mystic, dying trying to save as many campers as he could.
He was just this kind of camp dad that everyone looked up to and loved, and always present.
A far different outcome at the nearby boys' camp of La Junta, where everyone made it out to safety, but the destruction was severe.
I had a first-hand view of the flood, and my brother here, he had to swim out of his cabin.
Brothers Piers and Ruff and Boyette were at La Junta when the floodwaters rushed in.
On the way here, we saw all of the other camps destroyed, obliterated.
Another harrowing story of survival, 22-year-old Devin Smith rescued after clinging to a tree more than 14 miles downstream. Carl Jeter spotting her from his home and calling first responders.
Help is coming!
That survivor's uncle, Travis Reynolds, meeting that homeowner who spotted her in that tree, hugging him, thanking him, grateful.
It means a lot.
In another rescue, video showing neighbors and local authorities helping to rescue a woman in rapidly rising floodwaters, a chain of people pulling a rope to get her to safety. Officials in the region facing questions about whether lives could have been saved by a better warning system. Kerr County officials said they had previously presented a proposal for a more robust flood warning system, similar to a tornado warning system.
See. That's crazy. Now, okay, so now they should be held accountable if that's the case. Why they not? What's going on? Is anybody going to get in trouble, fired, sued, demoted, promoted? You know what I mean? Nah, I see. When you got questions like that, when you see stuff like that in these cases, you got to know something's not right.
But were unable to pass it because of the cost. Stuart Gross, a Texas code enforcement officer from Ingram, says no alert wakened him.
What was it that woke you up?
The fire department.
It wasn't the alert on your
No.
phone. What you're saying is that a better alert.
Why didn't these people get funding? Why did they try to get federal funding then? Why did they address this with the governor of Texas? Before all this happened, why would you not have? So it's funny because these states, but see too, that's not really, in Texas like that. They said, those are the two worst storms they've had. That and I forget what 4 years ago, 3 years ago, I forgot. So, but still, come on, man. But that lets you know too that this weather, they're messing with this weather though. But at the same time, come on, y'all in these southern states, you got to be prepared, man. Anyway, you know what I'm saying?
System would have saved lives.
Absolutely.
We got to hold
Absolutely. If it wasn't for
we got to start holding
Ingram Volunteer Fire Department,
man.
we would have lost a lot more
Come on,
people
man.
down below.
Is it black people?
Officials ducking questions.
Are the black officials? Are these officials black? I mean, that's what I need to know. No, they're not. So I mean, that's what I'm just saying. It's like we give these people passes when stuff like this happens, but yet, you see some African scammers, or you see a couple of these fraudsters. You know what I'm saying? Rightfully we get on them, rightfully so, but at the same time, we have to be righteous. We're taught to pick and choose. You see what I'm saying? All the internet, social media, you see what I'm saying? Society. Instead of going the righteous route and just saying, fair, non-fair, truth, fact, fiction.
About the alert system and today canceling an afternoon press conference.
It's very tough to make those calls because what we also don't want to do is cry wolf.
The state's Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick speaking to Fox News saying sirens in the area might have made all the difference.
The state will step up and we need to have these in place by the next summer.
These people, that's why I don't. We got to stop falling. We got to stop. Yeah, we gotta stop falling for the BS. My bad. I knocked myself out. Hold up, man. Yeah, man, sad stuff. All right, so look at the psyop. Psyop.
Bodies were found underneath all of this rubble overnight and into the morning hours on Monday.
You got look at how much of a psyop this is, right? And I told you there was messing. This immigration stuff is for a lot of this stuff is distraction. It's for private prisons, and it's for police state, private prisons, and surveillance, right? And plus, he's gonna let a lot of them stay too. You know, from the hospitality industry and the travel industry. So he's a lot of it's bullshit. But look, this is a psyop, right? Because look, check this out. So the whole time you see ICE images of them deporting Mexican people, El Salvadoran people, you see what I'm saying, different people from the Central America all the way down, you know what I'm saying, to Mexico, right? And then what a coincidence, what a coinky dink, right? You just happen to have Mexican people from Mexico come and help in the USA and Texas. See, that's how you know this is all staged, because these people just didn't come like, oh, and not tell nobody, like, you know what I'm saying? This is staged, and this is a big psyop. So what a catch-22 that you have Mexicans help Americans, right? / you feel me, in America, but yet you got America deporting these same people. You see how much of a psyop this is? We don't catch stuff like this though, huh? We catch Love and Hip Hop, we catch Basketball Wives, we catch you know what I'm saying, baddies. Now these shit is it got so ridiculous with baddies. Now they got a baddies Africa. I'm like, you gotta be kidding me. A baddies Africa. But see, that lets you know, see, them Africans and these immigrants, they copy all of them copy our style anyway. And a lot of times this is some bullshit subculture shit. But at the same time, even the non-subculture, just the positive things about our culture too, they copy, right? But the negative stuff, you know, they're gonna jump all over that. You see what I'm saying? Baddies Africa. I'm like, boy, I'll tell you, the ratchetness, the ratchetness is in the so-called motherland now, huh? All right, so I mean, yeah, this is a stage. This is staged. It's a psyop. I'm not saying people didn't really die. I'm not saying, you know, people aren't still trapped. You know, condolences to the people, you know, that lost their lives. But at the same time, this whole stuff is one big. It's a psyop. How come nobody else from another state? You know what I mean? So you mean to tell me you couldn't have people from another Dallas come, which is closer? I'm assuming would be closer than fucking Mexico, than to Houston to Mexico. I'm assuming. Why don't you have some other people from other parts of Texas come? Why don't you have people from New Orleans? New Orleans is right there, isn't it? Why don't you have people from New Orleans come? Isn't New Orleans and Houston like right by each other? I'm confused. Why don't you have them come and help? It's a psyop, man. I guess we don't catch it. You know what I'm saying? The same people kicking them out and complain about them, they come back so supposedly and save the same people that want them out. Wow. And you know, so that's a racist ass, that camp was racist as hell. So he basically helping some, I mean, you know, I know the girls, well, a lot of them probably do, because that's what they program these kids. But you helping people, you know what I'm saying? Segregationists, that's what you helping right now. So the Mexicans that are getting deported, let me get this straight. They're helping segregate, you know, the very white supremacists. It's very interesting, man. How it's just this right here is psychological. And this is to hit the subconscious mind like a motherfucker. Yeah, I mean, it's a play. Just like Adam 22, all that other bullshit on YouTube. This is a play right here. You know what I'm saying?
It was here in this same spot that we caught up with a group of Mexican search and rescue professionals from Ciudad Acuña as they returned from their first morning mission, where they recovered a body.
Why? Yeah, so you're not, yeah, why? Okay, that's nice. That's nice. That's cool. You know what I'm saying? That's what's up. But I mean, hell, you can get Mexicans from another part of Texas to come and help. You had to actually get people from Mexico to see. We don't see. Yeah, we fall for the psyop, man. You know what I'm saying? The psyop, they're hitting us and shit. They don't. I guess. Yeah. All right. So are we a third world country? So let me get this straight. Is Mexico a third world country, or are we a third world country? Let me get this straight. And I'm not just saying just because they helped us. I'm not trying to rag on them or compare nothing like this, because this is not a country, it's a corporation. This is fucked up. I bet you shit. In some parts of Mexico, the motherfuckers probably living better than a lot of us in America. I bet. Let's just keep it real. Shit.
Understand that you all
can have Mexicans. No, I mean my bad. You can have Mexicans from another part of Texas help. And so you mean to tell me that another race? So let's go by the race thing. Fuck it, the ignorant race thing. You mean to tell me another race helped? How come? I'm confused. They segregate. Everything is segregated. Everything is just division. Everything is, you know what I'm saying? Everything that they do is just labeling, control. Just like they label shit in business, in the business and shit. Everything is fucking stocked up and labeled and boxed and fucking, you know what I mean? Tagged and bagged. You know what I'm saying? So it's the same shit with us, man. You got to put whatever you control. You got to put a label on it. Whatever you own and control.
Found a body out there. Tell me about that.
Period.
Sí, bueno, tratamos de.
Jose Omar Llanes Hernandez says while searching, crews found a victim underneath 3 feet of debris.
With the 3 again, a different story. For the other story was 335. You know what I'm saying? Or 33.5, whatever it was on the last story. Now it's 30. You just got to pay attention.
He says
the victim appeared to be a man.
So Niels, what's it like to collaborate with American teams in this search effort?
Bueno, pues para nosotros siempre va a ser.
He explains they're proud to be able to help.
How do you say it? So does this dude know English and Spanish?
With rescues in any country that calls on them.
So American called on them.
These rushing waters.
Okay, say if this was not staged, right? In the psyop, like how it is. So what if, say, for example, it really did happen like that, and America called on them and shit like that, and they went and helped and stuff like that. So why? So you're gonna use Mexico you want to use them, but then you want to kick. I don't know, man. This country weird, man. These people are weird. Like, So are you using Mexican people in Mexico, or like for the cheap labor, or like what's going on? I just don't like playing oppression Olympics with motherfuckers and shit, because they full of shit. They act like they want you to see their struggle, you know what I'm saying, but they don't see your struggle, and they think you complaining. Well, then, motherfucker, I don't want to hear about nothing about no ICE. I want to hear about nothing about none of that shit if you think I'm complaining shit. Oh, that happened back. No, this shit is still happening now. You guys are renting and hiring motherfuckers, these Mexicans, right? Let's just keep it 100. Out here in Southern California, y'all motherfuckers are firing, hiring, and renting to motherfuckers. So you have the fucking power to discriminate. Get it? Black people are not hiring, firing, and renting to motherfuckers. So guess what? We do not have the power to discriminate. And we're not owning none of these hole in the wall, you know what I'm saying, shack ass motherfucking liquor stores either. You see what I'm saying? All these other groups have the power to discriminate. And guess what? They have political representation. Then Nori Martinez a couple years ago said that she wants to purge the black districts and want to make them Latino, right? And she was calling one of the city councilmen, you know what I'm saying, step kids a monkey. Like, really? And talking about other like darker Hispanic people, like the motherfuckers, man. But see, that's your representation though. So we got racism on a political level. We got racism in the streets, on a motherfucking street level, gangbang, wherever the fuck you want to call it. On any kind of aspect in Southern California, there's race at the job. Motherfuckers complain on you, tell on you and shit, spy on you and shit. You know what I'm saying? Meanwhile, they don't do shit. They lazy as a motherfucker, but saying you the lazy motherfucker. Like, how does that work? We have no power, man. The black, what's her name? Maxine Muddy Waters don't even represent black people in California. She don't represent black people in California. She represents Hispanics. But see, Hispanics have their own caucus and they have their own fucking council people for that. But see, I get it. You could just lump it up and say all these stupid ass broad and ambiguous groups. What's the bullshit? People of color and minorities, and you can say all this stupid shit, and you can lump all that other bullshit up and try to make it seem like it represents black people when it really fucking don't. It represents all these other motherfuckers, you know, handicaps and you know what I'm saying, and no, not even that. They don't represent that. My bad. They don't even represent that. It represents gender fluid, masculine women. That's what type of stuff it represents. Caucasian women, that's what type of stuff it represents. Let's keep it 100. I mean, we got, I don't know, man. It's like, and then I see a lot of topics, that be on YouTube do not be about stuff like this. They don't be about shit like this. They be about stupid shit. You know what I'm saying? The dumb shit, the street shit. Motherfucker, how you 30-something, 40-something still years old still on some street shit? And it's funny, the funny thing about it is I'm saying motherfuckers 30, 40 years old on that so-called street shit, they're not putting anything down, if you know what I mean. You know, so I mean, we glorify the ridiculousness. But this is a step, my bad, I got off from the tangent, but this is definitely a psyop. You know, I don't trust none of that.
Near Ingram, the painstaking war continues.
I don't just trust any narrative. You got to be careful. Let me go into this. What's the name real quick? The cloud seeding, man. What time? How long have I been on here for? Almost 2 hours. I'm gonna do another video, man. I'm gonna get off here, man. StreamYard is burnt out. You know what I'm saying? StreamYard is really scandalous. You know, greatly appreciate if y'all could hit that Cash App. You know what I'm saying? Help me fund this channel. You know what I'm saying? Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed. So let me go on to something else, man. It's cloud seed, man. Oh, let me get into this Mexican. Let me get into this another psyop hypocrite story. And then I'm getting to the cloud seed.
Look at this. Oh, there goes the glass. And they're going in. Oh, man, look at all the people filming. This is crazy.
Big shout out to Cash Jordan, man. He, you know, his videos, you know what I'm saying? He one of them conservative white dudes. Got it from the conservative white angle all the time. You know what I'm saying? I didn't like how he's reported on some of the things in New York, man. But some of the stuff he do keep it real. And he does he goes in on New York's government, how shitty it is, and how you know what I'm saying, how they don't, basically how I like his stories on how the housing market and the housing prices in New York are really expensive and overpriced. I like how he breaks that type of stuff down. But other than that, he got that conservative angle, and you know, I ain't conservative. I'm not a liberal. I'm not a libertarianism. You're a libertarianism. However you say it, you know what I'm saying? I'm not none of that Green Party. You know what I'm saying? I'm not none of that, man. We have to start our own party. We have to start our own politics going. That way you get your funding, you get your, you know what I'm saying? And you know, you get to mingle with your politicians and get to basically let them know your ideas, let them know, you know, what you're about. Let's go, man. So yeah, this is mad. See, this is what I'm talking about. This is a psyop, right? You know, I don't believe when I see riots and stuff like that. I'm not gonna keep going back and forth in my own mind, in my own head, with my own self. I'm not gonna keep doing that. 90% of the time, these are staged. Antifa. You notice these motherfuckers. They always got some motherfuckers dressed in like the fucking punk rockers and shit. That's how you know this shit is staged. Some Antifa wearing black all the time and shit. Punk rocker looking motherfuckers. Those are some agents like a motherfucker. See, you gotta dress the motherfucker in and make him look extreme looking as possible, and make him look more anti-government looking as possible. That's the agent, man. These motherfuckers are agents, man. Dude had the spike hair and the big boots and the punk rocker looking in Mexico. He dressed like that. I know there's Mexicans that do like punk rock and all that out there in Mexico, but damn, that's the giveaway right there. So look how staged. Okay, so now let me get this straight. So in the same news cycle, right? You got Mexicans coming and helping. Let's just call it the segregation camp, right? The segregation camp. You got white people or Mexicans helping them from Mexico, literally helping them, right? And in the same news cycle, you got Mexicans kicking white people out of Mexico over gentrification. So for one, you see how that works. You see how they put that in the same news cycle. For one, to throw you off, to have you confused, narrative shaping, and for two, it's just like, I mean, okay, shit, I get it. Kick the motherfuckers out. Shit, kick them out for gentrification because they sure gentrify the fuck out of some of these Mexican neighborhoods in LA. But the main neighborhoods they're gentrifying are so-called black neighborhoods. And guess what? They're gentrifying them in a way, but then at the same time, just basically shutting you out for Mexicans and Hispanics. That's what they're doing. But at the same time, they are gentrifying black and Mexican neighborhoods in LA. That's a fact. SoFi Stadium. How do you think that was built? We don't think. Motherfuckers, oh yeah, man, hell yeah, man. You know what I'm saying? Another stadium. You know what I'm saying? Hell yeah, man. With the Rams, hell yeah. You know what I'm saying? The Rams got a new stadium. See, we get into our feelings and our emotions because anything that has to do with some kind of entertainment, like soft core or even hardcore porn type stuff, you know what I'm saying? Females with ass pictures and shit like that. We just, for some reason, I don't know. It's just like motherfuckers get into that mode. Like, dude, what? You know what I'm saying? I don't know, man. We too entertainment based and too emotional based.
They're telling him to leave the country. This guy's writing to blank a gringo. That's not good. Here they are.
I mean, hey, the tables turn, but at the same time, this is staged. And right at the same time, they're deporting people. You mean to tell me right at the same time this is happening, they're deporting people, Mexican people from America. These motherfuckers are trying to expel white people in Mexico. This is staged, man. Y'all don't see? They basically gave you the catch-22 narrative.
Trying to break into a restaurant that's already got spray paint on it.
Yeah,
look at that. This guy's got a knife. That's
well, that's why y'all still here. That's why 3 people are still on this live right now, because y'all know I'm right. You know this is BS. This is the narrative switching. This is right here is to mess with your subconscious and your conscious mind. This is all it is. So in the same news cycle for the 3rd time, you got white, so-called white people, right, kicking out Mexicans, right, in America. And in the same catch-22 scenario, you got Mexicans kicking out white people in Mexico. Y'all really believe? I don't know, man. Oh, man, damn, dude, I never had these kind of scenario outplays when I used to do shrooms and shit. What the hell? What kind of alternate universe are we? But see, they can shape your public opinion by throwing this propaganda out there. That's all it is. To give the people, and they shape your public opinion. Guess what? Then you have that hive mind. Then you have that herd mentality. Everybody's thinking on the same wavelength, and it's very low vibrational too. Very low vibrational.
terrifying, man. Ripping down the outdoor dining. There's so many people filming it, and there's 0 police anywhere.
So you mean to tell me all with them rich whiteys be at? Look at that bar. Look how nice that bar looks. Nicer than that restaurant looks nicer than a lot of places in America. There ain't no security there, no cops at all. Yeah, right. Come on, we can't believe anything. Come on.
What do you do?
Everything.
No police. What do you do?
Everything that we hear.
Now they're attacking.
We can't believe everything that we're told. You got to question everything.
Apartments, it looks like throwing rocks at them. It's just total anarchy.
I mean, what's next? Is it going to be El Salvadorians and El Salvadorians and Mexicans? Are they going to team up against white people now? I mean, what's the new scenario that they're going to give us? I mean, I don't know, man. Let's go.
Ooh, look at that! They're breaking windows. This happened on.
Look at this dude. Antifa. Is that not Antifa? And look at the type of stuff they be having. See, I'm from the street, so I know about this shit. I done seen them. The sharps and the you know what I'm saying, and the punk rockers and the anti-socials, and what's the other one? It's what's it? Damn, what's the anti-government? What's it called? There's a certain words, anti-government. Oh man, I forget. What are they against the government? I forget. But yeah, man, a lot of them be against the government. Support, but and these Antifa agents, they're working with the damn government. So it's fake. It's all controlled opposition, man.
Independence Day too. So it
and they just have, and then so well, okay. So you mean to tell me these people in Mexico spending their 4th of July, even though I know they don't spend what's the name of that shit? They, you know, a lot of them probably don't celebrate that shit, which I understand. But you mean to tell me a lot of them doing all that on their 4th of July ain't got nothing else better to do but to do this? And why only this? Why do they only show you this footage? Why don't you see footage from? Was this the whole country of Mexico? Was this just a certain town in Mexico? You see how they don't give you detail. It's just, I don't know, man. You can't. I guess you can make it up. My bad.
It was, I guess, pre-planned that they were going to do this to protest Americans who are in.
It was pre-planned. Did he just say it or did he not say it?
In Mexico City. Look at this, man. Oof. No way, man. Yeah. Again, no sirens. Look, these people are hiding on the floor. This is like an attack. Never mind that any of these restaurants are employing people that live in Mexico.
What does any of that matter, bro? Obviously they are, man. Like the restaurant is in Mexico. They ain't gonna employ fucking white people from America. So
Here's more footage of them ripping apart that clothing store. Look, they just totally loot the place in seconds. Absolutely unreal. There's massive crowds. Oh, look, the protest is peaceful now. Oh, thank God, a peaceful protest. I was worried for a second there. I thought this was one of those American protests that turns out not.
It's all fake beef between, you know what I mean? Because when they come here, they have one thing in common, that's hate us. Go against the Mexicans. That's why I don't, and that's none of my business anyway. This between the Mexicans and the whites, whatever. It's fake, it's staged, it's psyop. You know what I'm saying? So that's none of my business. But at the same time, I see the play. Everybody comes here, you know what I'm saying? They hate us, and because, you know what I'm saying? Because a lot of them hate dark skin, which is weird because a lot of them believe in the God or some kind of higher power. But I'm confused because like you think God just made your motherfucking rusty, crusty looking ass. It doesn't make no sense. But whatever. But that's what ignorant motherfuckers do. They don't make no sense. That makes sense. All right, let me play a little bit more of this, man. I'm gonna go to the heart.
Sign. Gringo, go back. They do not want American migrants in their country.
Bro, this is staged, man. I'm not even gonna hype it. And oh yeah, they don't. Well, they're racist against them and they don't like them. I'm not gonna do that. That's none of my business. For one, I don't know the politics between whites and I see on the outside looking in, but I know that they both don't like us. And they know in the California prisons and jails and shit, they click up and shit against black people and shit. Awesome, but then they want to come out here and rap and shit, which is weird. Don't rap, don't listen to our music then. Just listen to skinhead rocker fucking music. Listen to that shit. Because you down with the rocker skinhead motherfuckers. Listen to that shit. Don't listen to hip hop. Don't listen to rap, supposedly, wherever the fuck it's called. Don't listen to none of that shit. That's how I look at it.
For some reason.
These protesters in Mexico City say cross-border migration is changing their country's capital for the worse.
Well,
Over the
that's what
last
they're
decade,
doing.
An influx of mostly American so-called digital.
It is hypocritical, though. It's hypocritical. I see what he's saying, though. It's hypocritical. Like, bro, you know, like I said, I can't really speak on it because it's fake beef between them two because they both click up against us, so I can't speak on it. You know, they're like on some enemy of my enemy is my friend type shit with each other, so I don't know nothing about that.
Digital nomads have moved here to work remotely and also enjoy a cheaper cost of living.
Oh.
Protesters say the newcomers have driven up rents beyond the reach of locals.
Principalmente si van a vivir. If they're going to live in a country, they have to contribute to that country. The first and simplest issue is legal migration. They come here with visas or no visas, and still the change in purchasing power generates these problems of gentrification.
Why does your country let them in here then? In there. See, that's how I told you America and Mexico do not have problems like that, man. There's factories, there's American factories in Mexico. There's fucking car factories in Mexico. We don't want to talk about that, though. Nobody want to talk about that. The conservatives on the motherfucker right, left, motherfucking up, down, none of them are going to mention that.
And displacement.
So apparently, if you're an American, you can stay in Mexico for up to 180 days with no visa, which is like Mexico having a wide open border.
I'm here because gentrification is just one more step towards colonization, dispossession, and the exploitation of our resources. Right now, it's
Their
about the
country's
people,
being
but it won't be
exploited.
long before they run out of oil.
It has been exploited for a while, though. All them countries be exploited by America, but at the same time, like I said, it's fake beef. They let these motherfuckers come over here and shit, get over us, populate millions over us and shit. We have a certain million supposedly in this country, and they fucking let millions and millions and millions come over here to where they fucking surpass us and shit in certain places. They put them up, in HR. They put them up to where they can hire, just like the same thing with the city and county jobs. They don't really hire blacks like that in the city and county jobs because they know that when they hire immigrants, they're going to get their people in there. And they're going to give them fake Social Security guards and all that shit. They're going to hook them up. Let's just keep it. Black people don't be getting that shit like that. They're talking about, black people, you're the face of crime. Dude. No, y'all the face of white collar crime, blue collar crime, every kind of color, motherfucker. And I had to pop my collar to that. Y'all the face of every kind of collar crime. What are you talking about? Y'all committed, and it's funny because y'all commit a certain amount of crime on each other and other people, bro. What are you talking about? But that's another topic for another show. You feel what I'm saying? I don't want to really get into their politics like that because I'm not one of them. And then two, they hate us anyway. So I don't want to keep talking about people that hate me. It's kind of don't make no sense. Kind of productive. You know what I'm saying? I want to talk with the people that love me, man. And I want to talk about the people that want to make some solutions and fix this community with me. That's what I want to talk about and I want to talk to. That makes sense? Other than that, we ain't fuck all the bullshit. So what they say, Trump, that big beautiful bullshit bill, $85 million in space exploration, waste of money and shit. This is how these motherfuckers do instead of making the infrastructure. This is how scandalous these motherfuckers are. Instead of making America better and bringing infrastructure back over a 10-year period, because it's going to take a long time if that were to happen, right? To bring the shit back and invest and stop investing into the financial structure, right? It's a scapegoat. They use everything else as a scapegoat instead of making this country better and bringing the infrastructure back. Everything else is a scapegoat, and they want to invest in everything else like space and all this other bullshit. What the space exploration for what? For what? These motherfuckers, man. I think that space shit is a psyop because there's no satellites and all that shit in no fucking space. Why is all the cables and all the data shit in the ocean then? Why is all the data in the cables in the ocean? Can anybody ask me that question? Why is the data in the fiber optic cables and all that in the ocean? If that's the case, why is it not? If we have satellites, why is there cables and data in the ocean? We don't. Yeah, man. We don't, man. We don't think. We ain't no damn space. You know what I'm saying? Outer space. A space. If you keep walking to where you walk so far to where you're out of my sight, that's space. There's no space. Oh, you go up outer space and it's all black and all then it's stars and all that. Yo, dude, man. But anyway, like I was saying, I mean stars and stuff like that. I mean, in astrology and stuff like that, I can see that, but it's not like how they're saying. It's not. And if that's the case, you're not going to be able to go on no damn shuttle to that. Trust me. All right, I'm gonna play the. Let me see. Yeah, man, we got to start thinking, man. No, honestly, people that tune in here are thinkers, man. We are thinkers. Barbie doll introduces first doll with type 1 diabetes. Wow. Look, you see that they're obviously making people sick by pushing stuff like that. They're making people sick, and that just goes to show they're making it don't matter the age, right? This is very subliminal. These people sick. You know what I'm saying? All right, let's do the cloud seeding real quick, man. I'm out of here, man. Oh, my bad. Did I send this? Let me get a little bit of this, man. I'm gonna
people in America by the Trump administration. We are very honored to be joined here by Dr. Ben Becker, the editor-in-chief of an outlet you may have heard of, Breakthrough News. Dr. Ben Becker, thank you for joining us.
Always a pleasure to be here.
Well, thank God for that.
Thank goodness. Yeah. Wow. Could you imagine?
So as you know, Ben, we're now in the moment. The big, beautiful bill, as Trump called it, has passed the House. There's now some discussion in the Senate, but it's basically just a discussion of you're going to cut off one arm or the other as it concerns this, or one arm or both as it concerns the social safety net. So it seems no matter what, it's going to be pretty bad. I mean, there's a lot here, but I mean, maybe just top line. I mean, what is really happening here? What are they actually proposing to do, trying to do? What should people be worried about and perhaps pushing back on?
Well, look, if you're rich, it is definitely one big, beautiful bill. It's like a wish list for the ultra rich. And I'm sure they've spent the last week clinking champagne glasses because they've gotten pretty much everything they ever wanted in this one bill. But in a phrase, it's probably the largest wealth transfer in human history, from programs, policies, budgets that are set aside to help alleviate childhood hunger and poverty, food insecurity, the lack of healthcare in this country, and just giving it right back in almost equal measure to the top 1%, the top 20%, really the top 0.1% is the biggest beneficiary, and back to the corporations, making, really permanent the Trump tax cuts of 2017 for corporations, but then extending another $500 billion in sort of goodies in permanent tax cuts, while the programs that many people have come to rely on just to survive, not living large, just to survive, are going to be destroyed. And I'd say the politics of this, the reason why they feel they can get away with this is because there is very minor tax cuts for everyone. So if you're in the bottom 20% of the population among the poorest, you're going to see an extra $90 in your in your tax savings.
$90. Oh shit.
If you go up to the next 20%, you're going to get, like $650, and then the middle 20%, you're going to get $1,290. And so some people say, okay, I got an extra $1,000 or $1,200 over the course of a year. That's an extra $100 a month. Thanks, Trump. Like that's the thing that they're banking on. But of course, if you were reliant on any federal programs, or if the cost of healthcare is going to be soaring and there's no longer any subsidies for that, or many other ways in which this negative.
And one thing that is going to impact hospitals, man. Nobody would think about this. Certain hospitals are going to take a hit. That's facts. That ain't even no bullshit. That's certain hospitals going to take a hit for that. You know how much funding, seriously, honestly, subsidies and funding that actually brought in revenue that brought in these hospitals? Damn, I guess. And see, I can't debate. I don't think programs for feeding kids and after school programs and food programs and stuff like that for feeding kids, that's not debatable. That's not debatable. That's not debatable. That should be mandatory. But see, that just goes to show how people think, man. Desensitized ass motherfuckers. People don't care about these kids.
It impacts the economy of working class people. It starts to resemble really a 3-card monte or a shell game, where you know how those games work when you're walking down the street and there's somebody who has the 3 cards, or they're hiding the ball under one, and they make you feel like you can win some money. And so, usually they'll have one person set up there to win a little money at the beginning. So you feel like, oh, I can win $20. And maybe actually they let you win 20, but the whole thing is to draw you in so that you end up spending much more money. And that's really what this is, a very elaborate shell game that's being played, where, okay, some people will see some tiny little savings. Tipped workers will see no tax on tips potentially if this goes through. But again, if you're not raising the minimum wage for tipped workers, or if tipped workers.
But this is, I'm adding this. He didn't say this. That's going to put you in another cap. Okay, for example, he said up to $24,000 or something like that. So with that, I think that'll cover. You know what I mean? Or up to that, and it'd be no taxes supposedly, right? But if you're making $20,000 extra than your salary, because it's all the same shit. Tips and salary, same thing. That's supposed to make up what's the name is supposed to make up for the wage, the tips. That's all that is. You see what I'm saying? So the tip, if it hits that 24,000, so separately, supposedly, right? $24,000 just your tips alone. That's gonna put you in another damn tax bracket. Another tax bracket anyway. I made like 15,000 something more at my job in one year than the other year. Boom, they put me in another tax bracket. Bam, owed on my taxes. I'm telling you, I know firsthand. I'm not just saying this shit just to be saying it. I know from this is scandalous. That's not gonna no tax on tips. They're not getting anything. And this is another thing. Oh, I think he said it. But this is another thing. What about the Medicare costs, bro? So a person that's getting tipped off like that, is he paying? Does any of this include Medicare? Where is he getting his Medicare and his dental at? You see what I'm saying? We don't think. A lot of people that work and do these kind of jobs are on Medicare. You don't think though. You got these dumbass people. Oh, people need to get a job. What the fuck does getting a job have to do with being on Medicare, dude? What the fuck does getting a job have to do with fucking being on EBT? We don't think we think like these motherfuckers, so like we're better or something.
Are also losing their Medicaid because they're already so low wage, and they have to pay out of pocket for all
people being on EBT, but there's more of them on EBT though. So you see
of their healthcare expenses. It's a net loss. It's a net gain for the corporations, but you feel for a moment like you have a little extra money in your pocket before the con man rips you off.
Yeah, I mean, I think you just broke a lot of hearts by exposing that the game is rigged. The game with the ball underneath one of the 3 things. But anyway,
there's often like a pickpocket waiting behind you too. So while you're distracted, they can like rob.
It's like Oliver Twist.
It's a great no. It's a great way to put it though, because it's such a scam. But of course, this bill doesn't just attack the poor in the many ways you just described, and that's just a handful of ways. I mean, these are really programs that people use to like for basic survival. But it doesn't just attack poor working class Americans.
You see how none of us think about it? Like, how come the wages ain't, high enough, or how come there's no living wage, or like, why is there, why don't we ever ask questions like that? It's always like they make it to where we criticize regular other poor people or regular everyday people, but yet we don't have that brunt and that criticism towards the rich and the elite that are making it like that, or the so-called government that's making it like that. But that's on us. We're not having the discernment and not having the critical thinking skills. You know what I'm saying? That's on us.
Americans. It also ramps up funding for mass deportations and expands the entire Trump anti-immigration agenda. So I'm curious if you could maybe go over some of the ways that they're tying this to immigration enforcement.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, this is not really an austerity bill per se. This is nor it's going to increase the trade deficit. I mean, not trade. It's going to increase the budget deficit. It's going to spend a lot of money. They're spending a huge amount of money. It's just they're not spending it on the needs of poor and working class people, or the middle class either. What they're doing is spending the money on an extra $150 billion to.
That was a bomb point. They're not spending this on the people. How come? Why didn't he? He could. He could have gave us an extra stick. We could have got a stimulus from this, right? Everybody could have got a stimulus because. And I don't want to hear no everybody shouldn't be eligible because everybody's still paying these high ass fucking taxes. So you mean to tell me just because you're poor, so do they label everybody that pays these fucking taxes or go to the store or goes to any kind of retail or anything or pays a bill? Do they label you poor or rich or they don't none of that shit differentiate. None of that had nothing to do with anything. You still got to pay these high ass prices, these high ass taxes. You still when everything goes up and the wages are still down, you still gotta suck it up, right? You still gotta see this bullshit. We full of it, man. People are just so full of it. We're so brainwashed and so conditioned, man, to want to rag and look down on the next person or the next or somebody poor, you know what I'm saying, or somebody that's less fortunate though, but don't want to have that same energy for the rich and the greedy and the people that are keeping it like that. Wow.
The military, and as you said, tens of thousands of more officers for Border Patrol and Homeland Security, the largest ever budget for those two.
Why? It's ridiculous. Just getting, man, I don't know, man. No infrastructure, none of that shit in here in this motherfucker, bro. Shit, at least Joe Biden tried with the little bullshit he did, with the little stupid ass little shit. He was the half-ass shit he did. God, what is it? What's up with? I know it's only not even been a year, but golly, where's the infrastructure? Golly, what are you fucking doing? Well, I've been saying this since January, bro. He's playing games. What are we doing? Like, Y'all over here playing with the weather and fucking up, you know what I mean? But see, that's gonna push something to where that's gonna push some legislation. Watch, some bullshit. Like they hit you with the psyops, and that's how you know when they hit you with the psyops, they're gonna make some new legislation or a new bill or some stupid shit that doesn't serve the people in any kind of way. It serves them. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I don't see why we really just went Google Gaga over the no tax for tips shit. I really like what? I'm not no. I mean, I had a Vietnamese. I know a Vietnamese cat, man. That motherfucker's a beast with the numbers and just the money talk. I'm like, God, he gave me props. I'm like, damn, shit. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker, give me props. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, shit. Maybe I do know a little bit. You know what I'm saying? I noticed that. I ain't no expert. Hell no. But at the same time, we got to really look at it from a internal aspect. You see what I'm saying? It's all these foreign distractions, and then true, the government does control foreign policy too, and all that bullshit. But at the same time, we make it seem like, and that's all of them do it. Democrats, Republicans, all of them do it. There's no time and there's no effort spending on the domestic policy. See what I'm saying? And they want to give you this shit, all this shit, some 80-something million for space travel, bro. Like 500 something billion for a fucking dome. I don't know, man. I don't know. I just think that, what is this fucking? What is this? Marvel, the Avengers, or something? Oh, God, what do we need? A dome? Is somebody gonna invade the planet or something? I don't know, man. And they know there's no wars like that because these people are all in cahoots. There ain't just gonna be no war out of nowhere. It's all planned and staged. War, you make money on both sides. Check out the book, Colonel Smedley Butler. War is a racket. You make money on both sides. That was where the government tried to they try to overthrow the government using him, and he was the most highest decorated general at the time, and he had control over 500,000 troops, and they was going to have him and the troops take over the government. Look it up. War is a racket. Colonel Smedley Butler. It's all staged. It's fake. They're not going to just do it like, so what do you need a Golden Dome for? We ain't going to war. And then and that's how you know it's fake, and a lot of it's staged and already planned, because see, why would you need a Golden Dome when they have it's at $1 trillion budget for defense? Why would you need a Golden Dome if the defense budget is at the $1 trillion? Wow, man. We don't be thinking, man. Damn, wow. Kids, you can get shit like that over on kids and shit like that, but grown adults, yeah, that just goes to show we got to get out of the entertainment mindset and the emotions.
So basically,
we got to cut out the basketball wives. I know Jackie and and Chris Webber had a what I'm saying, alienated baby and shit, a bastard baby and all this, but a love child. But we got to keep it. You know what I'm saying? We got to keep on the prize, man, and that's investing in the culture and the people, man, and making these actual communities again, man, because there's a bunch of neighborhoods. Black people ain't got no goddamn communities, neighborhood. You got all these foreigners, and they made the damn community. To keep it real, they the ones that own the damn they own, and it's like they doing shit that we could be doing ourselves, selling shit at a fucking market. Anybody can fucking do that. You know what I'm saying? You got these little Vietnamese these Asians, doing the nails. Like, why black women? Y'all don't know. Why can't y'all learn how to do that shit yourself? I remember back in the day, black women used to do that shit to damn self. But then y'all want all this exotic, crazy looking, Freddy Krueger looking shit. So I don't know. Maybe it doesn't take an expert to do that bullshit. You know what I'm saying? I don't know how y'all wipe your ass, but that's another cuss. But
basically, the whole
man, how the fuck do you do that, man? Shit, that's a miracle right there.
Government is being reduced to, uniformed men with guns, and it's either going to be the military, or the border patrol. And
see that makes sense. This is a police state. You know what I'm saying? They're investing in the police state. It's just even way. It's about to get, as the years go by, and then as you know what I'm saying, him and whoever the fuck else, all these fucking boneheads or wherever the fuck are in the office, these Europeans basically, keep this establishment going how it's going to go. It's going to keep getting worse. Robots eventually are going to be running this shit. There's going to be a CBDC. You know what I'm saying? That's going to come soon. So it's only a matter of time.
Prisons, and then all the auxiliary subcontractors that live off of those elements of the state. So it's not like it's not small government. It's just big government for those things. And
oh shit,
small government,
big government for vote
for everyone else. Oh. And of course, it's true that Trump ran on a very harsh anti-immigration policy and got a lot of the population riled up on that basis, including people who have almost no immigrants in their communities, and people who just sort of were given a scare campaign about the gangs coming in, and so that sort of was an element of how he was elected. But he didn't run on cutting Social Security. The fact that 25% of seniors in the rural states of this country, there's 31 sort of established states that are more rural, and And in those 31 states, 25% of seniors will now have to drive an extra hour to go to the Social Security offices.
See, that's under that Doge bullshit. I was telling people that Doge shit was a bunch of bullshit. They was moving the money into contracts, into his defense contracts. Don't this sound like some Tony Stark? And don't the news media and certain people call him Tony Stark, Elon Musk? Come on, man. These people, this is man. Big psyop, baby.
To make any changes to their accounts. Why? Because Doge has eliminated over-the-phone service. That's not efficiency. That's
And see, if we argue something like this over for senior citizens, something's wrong with you. Something's wrong with you. You just up Trump's ass like a motherfucker, man. Weird, really weird. You know what I mean? I just think that shit is not genuine. As a man, that's not making your own decisions, man. It's not saying, you know what, man, what the fuck is this shit, bro? Straight up. Yeah, man, let's go.
making the government intentionally deficient. It's become a department of government deficiency. And that's really what the plan of this budget bill is too, is basically, even if they're not going to cut benefits directly, they just want to cut all of the people who deliver the benefits. So those government workers are being cut and slashed like crazy while the Immigration and Border Patrol is going up. So, for those elderly folks who might have voted for Trump, or even if they didn't vote for Trump, they didn't vote for that. They didn't vote for their Social Security checks to be, harder to get, or that they now have.
But that Project 2025, that man, I ain't gonna lie, man. I'm not even gonna be fake, man. That Project 2025 was saying they was talking about a lot of this shit. I'm not even gonna lie, and they was talking about eliminating some of this shit. This permanently eliminating. I remember it. Let's keep it real. That Project 20, just like people are like, oh man, Trump said exactly. No, he didn't say exactly. He said exactly what he was gonna do. No, he didn't. He was running. Remember, he was ducking and dodging, and he was trying to say he had nothing to do with Project 2025. And this is a lot of this shit is Project 2025 policy. And get it? Didn't he drop it in 2025? You don't, come on,
man. To drive an extra hour, and it's not like elderly people. It's much easier.
You can write the bill in 2026. He wrote this shit in 2025, bro. Come on, man. We got to get on it.
To drive long distances. They're talking about a population that has a large numbers of disabilities and so forth. So basically everything about this is tilting in the direction of helping war, the deportation machine, and corporations. For everyone else, they're pretty much getting screwed. And again, in those rural areas.
And none of this shit's gonna help, dude. Like, you deport some of them, I guess it'll help a little something. And then two, but see, you got to deport these motherfuckers out of our neighborhood. Then that'll help. But then they're not gonna do that. They're gonna keep them and keep it to where, you know what I'm saying, they there's more of them in Compton and Watts and all that. So they're gonna keep it like that. But they know what they could do. They know the solutions. They know the problems. They make the problem. You know what I'm saying? That's why they give you Hungarian dialect, problem, reaction, solution anyway. All right? Word. You know what I'm saying? Let's play the rest of this one out, man.
Areas, if you're cutting Medicaid, you're cutting Affordable Care Act subsidies, a lot of these rural health clinics, they rely entirely on those programs. So it's not just, you're not just actually cutting the individuals from being able to access health coverage and therefore health care. You're actually going to collapse the health providing institutions themselves, the clinics and hospitals that rely on those programs.
Bam. I'm gonna play the rest of this, man. I'm gonna come back on here, man. You know what I'm saying? So tomorrow I might come back on here tomorrow, but for sure I'm gonna later on tomorrow I'll come back on here, man. So other than that, man, we got to come with some solutions, man. So salute y'all. I'm gonna holler at y'all, man. Thanks. Like, comment, subscribe if you're not subscribed, man. Hit the notification bell. Let you know when I go live. I'm gonna start. I gotta mess with this camera. I'm just gonna start uploading videos. You know what I'm saying? You're gonna see my pearly whites. You know what I'm saying? More. So yeah, man. Like, comment, subscribe, hit the notification bell. And if you want, man, hit that Cash App. You see what I'm saying? And donate to your brother. You know what I'm saying? So help out this damn channel. Other than that, man, I'm gonna holla at y'all, man. Thanks for tapping in and tuning in. And we gotta stay put truth over everything, man. And till next time, I'm gonna holla at y'all. Salute, man.